Welcome to Tallahassee, Florida. The final weekend of the regular season brings us an absolute banger for the 301st time between these two illustrious programs' histories. Florida State and Miami meet on the diamond. The Noles and the Canes all weekend long, and it means oh so more this time of year. Georgia Tech at the top of the ACC standings, but Carolina, Florida State, BC, and yes, Miami among a handful of other teams fighting for that top 4 seed in Charlotte next weekend. He's Chris Chavez. He played in this rivalry. I'm Arya Masudi. Emily Peters joins us momentarily. Chavi, it doesn't get any better than this, especially when you have two of the best pitchers in the ACC on the mound.
Yeah, you're getting two ace left-handers, both of them coming out. Big strikeout guys, but sometimes when you get into a rivalry like this, you just throw the numbers out the door.
Rob Evans, top 10 in the ACC in a number of categories, but Wes Mendez has been simply outstanding. A final audition against the Canes for ACC Pitcher of the Year honors that come out early next week. And he's done it all, Chavi. I mean, you talk about the pitch mix, the changeup's been outstanding, and the fastball command there too.
Yeah, it has been great. He did it last weekend without his ace stuff and still showed his dominant self. It's been wonderful all year.
Top 5 in the ACC for Mendez from Tampa, Florida. And you look at the categories: wins, strikeouts, innings pitched, ERA, opposing batting average. He is the front runner for ACC Pitcher of the Year. And the final test against a team trying to play spoiler on that. A potent Miami offense that does not have Daniel Cuvée again this weekend due to a stress fracture. Alex Sosa has been simply outstanding for Miami. He transferred in from NC State, and he has picked up the slack. A big weekend against Louisville last weekend in Coral Gables. Miami's got 35 wins on the year. Florida State's got 36 wins on the year. And the temperatures in Tallahassee, it feels like 82 degrees, humidity at 32%. We saw a breeze pushing out towards the screen in right field as these two rivals once again toe the diamonds. And as Mendez slowly makes his way to the bump, Chris, tell me about what this rivalry is like, especially for a guy like Mendez who gets on the hill.
Tell you what, a little bit different than it was in the past. We had 6 games, 3 road, 3 home. But Mendez right now, I promise you, the coaches have been talking to him about this. He knows where he stands in a lot of these rankings and what he's trying to do to help this team get to where they want to be. This is his last regular season game, probably as a Seminole. He wants to go out and show big.
MLB.com had Wes Mendez in the top 30 of this summer's drafts. And that just tells you the meteoric rise of Mendez this season. And he will look to give Florida State a great start, especially no John Abraham available for the Noles this weekend. He has been shut down by the Seminoles for at least this weekend, and we'll see Florida State's top reliever. And Lake Jarrett, who told the story earlier this week, 43rd appearance for him against Miami as a player for the Noles, a coach for Notre Dame, and now a coach for Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, again, didn't get a chance to talk to him about what's the difference. Is there a difference feel of being a player playing Miami and being a coach coaching against Miami?
Lake Jarrett and J.D. Arteaga had suited up against each other back in their playing days as Mendez finishes up his warm-up tosses. Lineup for Miami. A top 3 offense in the ACC, even without Daniel Cuvée. It's been because of guys like Alex Sosa and Derek Williams, who have simply provided slug in the heart of the order, and the top of the order has done a nice job getting on base. JD was telling us whenever Max Galvin has a big weekend, it seems like our offense goes to another level, and he wanted to see a bunch of youngsters at the bottom of his order really step up in their first taste of rivalry weekends.
Yeah, and he's tried as well to talk to these guys and let them understand what this means to these two schools and this rivalry. It's just a little different now, but trying to get these guys to understand it, it's a big deal, really, to these fans.
First pitch 6:05 p.m. here in Tallahassee, Florida. ACC Network extra action. We've been told squeeze play on ESPN2 might pop into the action between the Noles and the Canes. As Ogden, slow chopper, it rolls foul.
A good play right there by Shimela to let that ball go foul. They would have had no opportunity there at Ogden to get him out there with his speed.
Jake Ogden, the senior from Homestead, Florida, began his career at UNCG. The connection there, Link Jarrett coached at UNCG as well. And you hear the fans letting Ogden have it. You gotta love the rivalry of college baseball. Ogden earlier this week was asked what he knew about Wes Mendez, and he said, I never heard of him.
Yeah, not a smart answer right there.
Chavi, I'm not gonna lie to you, I love it. Bring the heat.
No,
in this rivalry season. 0-2 pitch. Fouled back, netting here. And in an era where kids are jumping in the transfer portal and playing at multiple schools, you love to see the rivalry still fresh and still mattering, not just to the fans, but to the players too, as this 0-2 pitch from Mendez is hit on the ground to second. McCulley gobbles it up, and there's an introduction.
Yep.
One up, one down for Mendez. McCulley at second base as the Animals chant.
I think they were asking him who he was.
This is going to be a fun weekend. Noles and Canes, a lot on the line. First pitch outside to Max Galvin.
I tell you what, too, we talk about the pitch mix with Wes Mendez, and we'll talk more about it in this game, but he hasn't thrown a fastball yet. There we go.
94. That'll miss.
Yeah.
Home plate umpire tonight is Brian Miller. There he is. It is a veteran crew this weekend at Hauser. Galvin must have caught a piece there.
Yeah, a little foul tip.
And it's 2-1. Mendez, 2-1 pitch. Looks like a cutter.
Yeah, that's second one he's thrown in that velocity. Typically his cutter's in that 86 range. Two of them now today right here, 89 miles an hour. It's a good looking pitch right there.
2-2. Just misses the outside corner.
Trying to go back to it there, a little bit further off. Good job from Galvin here laying off this pitch.
(3-2). And Galvin stays alive. Miami's offense, top 5 in the ACC in a number of categories, batting average chief among them. Has been the second most consistent offense in the league behind Georgia Tech this season. A credit to J.D. Arteaga and this Miami staff. And Galvin, who's fighting against Mendez, who's on one-day short rest from pitching last weekend against the Clemson Tigers. Threw 100 pitches against Clemson in that contest as well. Full count. Comes inside. Did that clip Galvin? Yes, it did. Either way, it would have been ball 4. And Galvin is on with a 1 out. Hit by pitch.
Let's see this right here. That is bat, though? That's a foul ball.
Yeah, nobody arguing.
No one arguing. Wow.
Official score is giving that a walk, which it's definitely not that. But it is in the scorebook. There's a strike to Derek Williams, one of the best hitters in the ACC. A meteoric rise this season for the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Gaudy numbers, leading the Canes in a number of offensive categories. Batting average, slug, RBIs, top 5 in the ACC in runs batted in. One. Change up. Is foul. 1-2.
That's two curveballs now from Mendez, who doesn't throw it very often. Now that he's added that cutter, he will throw it, but both of them have looked good today.
He's ahead of Williams. 1-2 with the runner at first. Fastball struck him out 95 miles an hour on the gun. And a mid-90s hitter for out number 2.
And that's a really good sign, too, from Mendez, seeing that velocity creep back up. Last week, he was in that 91 to 93 range. He's already been 94 and 95 today.
Now the dangerous Alex Sosa. Fouls the first pitch back. Sosa playing first base. Began his career at NC State. From Vieira, Florida, the junior has really helped Miami's offense batting in the cleanup hole tonight. You see the numbers, 15 home runs, 3 of them last weekend against Louisville. Breaking ball misses, and it's 1-1.
Good looking pitch there, maybe a little down.
Galvin lead off first. In on the hands at 93. Sosa fouls it away. Interestingly, last weekend against Clemson, Mendez 102 pitches, and 56 of them either the fastball or the cutter. Has done an excellent job of mixing his pitches. Chavi, what do you go with here on the 1-2?
I'd like to see him throw a slider. He hadn't thrown it at all.
Check swing down to third. Did not go. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Another thing that I'd like to see him work on a little bit that he doesn't do a lot is that front door cutter. I'd like to see him throw one right here. Start it in that little cutter and jam him up a little bit. He'll probably go away with it though.
2-2. Count is full. Alonso Alvarez is on deck. That's drifting, and it's foul. Sosa 9 hits last week for the Canes, on his way to ACC Player of the Week honors. To J.D. Arteaga before the game today, he talked about how needed Sosa's bat has been, especially with Cuvée out, as he awaits the full count offer. Check down, yes he did. And Sosa went around. Second strikeout for Mendez of the inning, got him back-to-back to retire Miami in the first. World-famous FSU Flying High Circus just beyond the right field screen at Dick Howser Stadium. And a Florida State team that has won 4 of the last 5 series against the Miami Hurricanes. Coming into the weekend, we'll see Rob Evans for the 2nd year in a row, but this time as a starting pitcher. And Chavi, Rob has really elevated his game. He's become one of the best 10 pitchers in the conference.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you can even argue maybe top 10 in the country, and he's come in and done what these Miami Hurricanes, JT Arteaga, has needed from a starting pitcher on Friday night, tonight being Thursday, though. But a guy that's just going to come in there, throw strikes, fill it up, and keep his team in the game every time out.
Fastball up to 95 miles an hour. He focuses on 3 pitches. And talking to Coach Arteaga, said he's got to locate that fastball inside and out. And once he does that, the slider and the changeup play off of that. The athleticism of Evans, who had an injury scare a couple of weekends ago against Cal, where it looked like he turned his ankle on a PFP. And good news for Canes fans and ACC fans, Evans was able to make his start the following weekend. And for Miami, pitching has been a concern at times for the Canes, but they've been able to rely on the steadiness of Evans in every game one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to have. Your first guy of the weekend, it's got to be someone you can rely on. They've been able to do that with him every single time out this year.
John Stutzer, talented freshman, who has been playing well of late, steps in. His first taste of this rivalry, and ball 1 from Evans on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. One-0, breaking ball, foul. As Stutzer will be followed by Dowd and Delamalier, who has been one of the hottest hitters in the ACC. And then Carnes, Schmela, Frazier, Ben Barrett at first base, second straight weekend. And then McCulley and Fisher round out the Noles order in game 1. Fastball fought off the other way. And now Evans ahead of Stutzer. Evans 1-2 to the plate. Another good fastball in on the hands that Stutzer fouls off. And Evans, who's had 6 quality starts this season, at least 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs or less. The 1-2. Breaking ball spoiled.
Yeah, good job from Stutzer there. Ball might be just a little off, but with 2 strikes, did what you're supposed to do there as a good hitter and just fought it off.
Another 1-2 coming. Popped up. First base side. Sosa gives chase, and it's foul over the grandstand. One-two pitch again to Stutzer. On the ground to second. Ogden throws it over. And Evans retires Stutzer. 1 down in the first inning for Florida State. And a Miami defense that has been one of the worst in the Power 4 all year. And last in the ACC. You see it around the horn. Milano, Sheehan, Ogden, Sosa, Galvin, Peralta, Williams. It's been pretty good outfield defense for Miami. They run well, strong arms. It's the infield that has been an issue for the Canes and has let them down in some of their losses. As a first pitch, lefty strike to Braden Dowd, 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough go this year for the Canes defensively. Right there at the bottom of the barrel and pretty much at the, almost dead last in fielding in the country. .958 fielding percentage for the Canes. They have committed 77 errors this season. Yeah, they're dead last in Power 4 defense.
See if that plays this weekend at Hauser. And you can't do that in rivalries, of course, especially away from home. And so Miami will look for a strong start tonight from Evans with good defense behind it. Shift is on for the Canes. 2-1 pitch. Now 3-1 to the center fielder, Braden Dowd. Has been Florida State's best eye at the plate without Miles Bailey. 40 walks to 30 strikeouts, riding a 24-game on-base streak. Leads the team in free passes. As that one catches the strike zone, we'll have a full count.
I don't know if it got called a strike. I'm not sure it caught the strike zone, though. Ball was definitely down.
Three-two. Oh, terrific breaking ball. Strikeout of Dowd, 2 down.
Yeah, good job from Evans there, a full count. Going to the breaking ball here after throwing that fastball down. Great spot, good location, a great change of speed.
And a good bounce back there from Evans, who was down in the count 3-1. He'll face Brody Delamelier with 2 outs. And the aggressive Brody Delamelier watches the first pitch high. He might be the hottest hitter in the ACC. Alex Sosa has a case. But Brody Delamelier, last 14 games during his 14-game hitting streak, is batting .447.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty hot.
11 extra base hits as that fastball just below the zone. And it's 2-0. .1231 OPS for Delamelier during the hit streak. 6 straight multi-hit games coming into tonight against Miami. Flies this one to center field. And Peralta able to get under it for the final out of the first. No score after 1 in Tallahassee. Game 1 between 2 historic rivals. Beautiful night in Tallahassee for rivalry baseball. Noles and Canes. For more on Wes Mendez, we bring in Emily Peters.
He's found that consistency this season, right, Aria? And head coach Link Jarrett gave a lot of credit to his maturity off the bump. He said it's all about those 6 days in between starts. He's only out there 1 day a week. So it's all about managing that time, showing up as a professional day in and day out. You have to condition yourself to be the Friday night starter and be ready to handle crowds like this. So Aria, it's that mature mindset that has enabled him to perform each and every week for himself and his teammates.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Emily. And Xavi, for a guy that has grown so much from that start against Oregon State in Game 3 of the Corvallis Super Regional, he has turned into one of the best in the ACC. Knocked down the ball there with his glove and assist to Mendez as McCulley ranges over to make a difficult play against Alonso Alvarez.
This is nice right here. Mendez kind of reached behind him trying to get it. Looks like he may have got a little bit of it. Good job from McCulley getting around that baseball, making a great throw over there to Barrett to get the out.
Working quickly, and a strike to Dylan Debovic. But to Emily's point, what has stood out the most from Mendez this season?
I think it's mainly the big inning. You know, that was something that he always struggled with last year, was giving up, having that one inning that he just couldn't find his way out of. And I think with him and Coach Posey really working on that cutter and him adding it, it gave him so much more confidence that when he fell behind in the count, he felt like he really had a go-to pitch he could throw that he had confidence in and throw and get easy and quick outs.
Fastball 95, up and out. I think something Emily mentioned about the maturity of Mendez, the stats back it. He is at 13 starts of 5 innings or more. That's every single start this season. Swing and a miss. Straight gas at the top of the zone. He's got mid-90s heat tonight. 95 for his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, this is what, when he's on too, he's able to elevate this fastball like that and get chases with it. And that's what that cutter can add. When he gets that cutter down and then elevates the fastball up, this could be a long night for these Miami hitters if he's able to do this consistently the rest of the night.
Vance Shayen, first pitch swing and foul.
And that's that cutter down right there.
Oh, 1 strike 2. 94-mile-an-hour fastball for Mendez. He's ahead of Miami shortstop.
And now he's got everything right now working. So, I mean, again, if you're the hitter, you're just hoping you can guess right here.
Went to the changeup, arm side, and he missed with it there.
Try to manipulate that one a little bit too. You saw him overturn that one a little bit too much.
2 down in the inning. Mendez looking for an efficient second. And he's got it. 2 more strikeouts for arguably the best pitcher in the ACC to date.
And I tell you what, he's got it all cooking. The up fastball and this changeup right here, getting chases all these pitches out of the zone. If you can get Wes Mendez getting you chasing out of the zone, it's going to be a long day for these Miami Hurricanes.
JD Arteaga in his 3rd season as the head coach of Miami, an outstanding pitching coach for a number of years prior to that. Last season got Miami to the Super Regionals, just 1 game shy of Omaha. And this season, the Canes, if they can get healthy and really pitch with the starters, they've got a shot with a guy who's been to Omaha himself a number of times as a player.
Yeah, I mean, I played against JD when he was here. We went against each other. I mean, he's somebody who has that old school mentality that he really wants to come in and kind of drive that into his players. And it's tough right now with the way everything goes and transfer portals. And we talked about it before the game. It makes it hard to get that chemistry that these old school teams built. And so it's a learning experience, I still think, for some of these coaches to figure out how to do that and get these teams to buy into each other and the coaching staff.
You guys had a hug earlier during BP. I know Rivals, so much life has happened between being on the diamond.
So it's kind of over with for a little bit for the most part. But the good thing was he wasn't on that team that took my heart out of my chest in '99. So he wasn't on that team.
Cards, 2-0, right field, towards the screen. See ya. It's a big fly for Hunter Cards. Florida State takes the lead, and it's his 5th homer of the year.
Great job by Carnes in this at bat. Doing what you do with a fastball up and away, you go with it. And that wind, Old Glory blowing out to right field a little bit here. He got it up in that wind, 100 miles an hour off the bat. It skyrocketed out of here.
Hunter Carnes, how about this stat? Sophomore, playing in his 4th game against Miami, as that's a strike. 3rd home run against the Canes in his career. Had 2 last year down there in Coral Gables.
Yeah, you have certain teams, no matter what, through your whole career, you're going to play really good against. Right now, Hunter Carnes showing you he likes to play against these Canes.
0-1. Misses to Shmela, who's on an 8-game hitting streak and hitting .359 in his last 10 contests. This senior from Ashburn, Virginia. Oh boy, where did that miss? 2-1.
Yeah, that was a good looking pitch from Evans there. I think he wanted that call.
Shmela 5 for 12 against the Clemson Tigers last weekend. .417 batting average, including a home run. And now ahead 3-1. That was Shmela's 4th homer of the season against the Tigers in Game 3. Up there at Doug Kingsmore Stadium. 3-1 pitch. And he works a walk.
Gotta love that right there from Carnes. That balance in there, like we talked about when I said it before the replay. That fastball away, he doesn't try to pull it. He goes with the pitch, gets it up in the air with that wind blowing out. Like I said, 100 miles off the bat, it doesn't matter anyways with the wind. That ball jumped out of here at 382 feet.
Florida State shortstop Gabe Frazier steps in and watches a pitch just outside at 94 from Evans. Frazier has meant so much to the Noles this season since coming back into the lineup every day 16 games ago. Out in front. Nice looking pitch from Evans.
Evans not afraid to throw that breaking ball anytime in the count.
Evans steps off the shadows, now covering the majority of the mound.
I think Evans pointing to his comm. He's not able to hear anything.
Laz Gutierrez in his third season. Also graduated from Miami back in '98 and played for the Canes. Chris Dominguez on the staff as well. Jonathan Anderson. And saw Jared Saltalamacchia walking down there as well.
Yeah, his first year with him.
How about Salty on the staff?
12-year big league, 12-year big leaguer.
The Braves love in both of our hearts.
That's right.
Welcome Salty with open arms.
That's right.
So they're working on the pitch comms. How different is this from back when you pitched? The comms, having it in your hat.
I mean,
as the fans continue to file in.
Now, the one thing that I've noticed with it too, though, is, I mean, you don't see anybody shake, you don't see anybody wipe, whichever one was, to let you know I want a different pitch. So I'm wondering if these pitchers even get any say if they want to throw a certain pitch. And I know with me, I mean, not just me, a lot of the guys when I was here at FSU, I mean, we didn't want to throw a pitch. We were shaking to a different pitch.
1-1. Breaking ball, strike two.
That's a really good pitch, I'll tell you, especially left on left. You see this pitch just completely freezes Frazier.
Evans ahead, 1-2. Oh. Frazier just caught a piece.
Yeah, good job fighting that off.
Back to that slider.
And you see this right here. Good job just getting those hands and being able to fight it off. Did you see that front hip opening up on him on that slider? It's tough. Left on left right there. Tells you how good of a pitch that is from Evans.
Evans 1-2. Fastball. First base, throw to second for one, the return. And that ball's thrown to the camera well. But the big ricochet keeps Frazier at first. Retired Ishmaela at second on the force. And again, Miami fans hold their breath when the balls hit to their infields.
Well, I mean, good play right here with Sosa, though. He gets the ball and just follows it and just kind of makes sure he gets the lead out. This is one you just put in your back pocket. If you're the short, you don't even throw that over there. You have no shot at getting Frazier at first. I mean, this ain't even close.
Is that the shortstop, Sheehan?
Yeah, they got a good break, though, like you said, with that ricochet.
Strike one to Ben Barrett. Barrett, who played the field and took his first live at bats in just over 3 years last weekend at Clemson.
That's crazy when you say it like that and you're like, man. And had 3 hits last weekend.
Would you have believed me if I told you he only struck out twice in 11 at bats? Ripped a 95-mile-an-hour fastball back up the middle for a single.
Yeah.
And Ben Barrett hit over 350 as a freshman in the Seminole lineup. Another check to first. See the fans out in right fields. It is a hot day, especially in the sun here in Tallahassee. See all the hands covering the eyes.
Yeah, shade, giving them some shade, trying to get that sun out there so they can see.
Well, pretty good move from Evans there.
Yeah. They're really keeping a close eye on Frazier. You know, he's 6 of 7 in stolen bases this year.
The 0-1. Outside, and it's 1-1. Barrett from Orlando. Senior captain, voted on by his teammates. 6'4", 220. 1-1 pitch on the ground to short, could be two. Toss to the bag, return throw, Miami's defense turns a twin killer. Nice work there from Cheyenne and Ogden. And that retires Florida State in the second. Noles do pick up one on the homer from Hunter Carnes. Link Jarrett joins us when we come back. Fans filing in, and how could you not? Noles and Canes, 301st all-time meeting between FSU and Miami, top of the third. Here at Hauser, Link Jarrett, who has played in this rivalry and now coached. I love the stat that you gave us, right? Over 40 now, 43 games against Miami. What makes this one so special?
It's historic. I think it's one of the great rivalries in all of sport. You could take any of our sports. When these teams lock horns, it's very unique, historic. The talent level is top of the food chain. Obviously, the fans are into it, whether it's here or in Coral Gables. So it doesn't get any better than this. And I had Charlie look it up. I think this is the 43rd of these games that I've been a part of, and they're all memorable and they're all intense.
They sure are. And right now, I got to ask you, what are you liking so far in Wes Mendez?
Well, the velocity's where you want it, and, you know, his fastball velocity fluctuates a little bit. Well, we've seen 4s and 5s. That's good. His curveball has been good, some good changeups. The cutter has been good, and sometimes the cutter actually looks like a good slider, and that's what it looks like right now. So he's on it.
There's 93 for a strike. Coach, one more question, and we'll let you run and get back to it. How good was it to see Carnes going backside for the home run there?
Fantastic. He is powerful to that part of the field, and he hasn't had it go that way a lot this year. Like, he's hit some balls hard, but that was one of the first that I remember, like, really stepped on to right field. And part of the at-bat, key-wise, was spitting at one of the secondary pitches. It was down, and he has good recognition, always has, but laying off that pitch, I think it was the 1-0, put him in a position to get a good pitch to hit.
1-2, ripped right in front of Delamalier for Gabriel Milano. So Noles lead 1-0. Link, appreciate you joining us, my friends. Best of luck.
Thank you, fellas.
Thanks, Coach.
Center fielder, number 17, Fabio Peralta.
Good two-out swing for the freshman Milano, who's been playing third base for Daniel Cuvée. What did you notice on that pitch from Mendez, who was ahead?
It wasn't a bad pitch. It was a good swing. Top spinned it over there in the right field. You know, good approach right there, left on left.
Showing bunt and fouling it off is Peralta. Canes looking to play some stationary baseball here in the third.
Yeah, that tells you right there what they think this game is going to be. Low scoring, pitchers duel. Let's find a way to get a run, tie this game up.
Peralta squares around again. Now will swing. As Miami put the slash play on.
Good location from Mendez, though. Up and in, really nothing he could do. He's trying to hit it there to left field. When you're getting jammed up like that, you really can't do much with it.
Check back to first. Ben Merritt holding on. Milano. Good pitch there from Mendez, and Peralta spoils it.
Maybe too good, in my opinion, 0-2 right there. I would like to see him either got it a little bit higher.
.295 batting average for Peralta. 9-hole hitter. Breaking ball. Out of the zone, 1 and 2.
Yeah, not a bad curveball. Up though, a little out of the zone. Not much, but it's definitely up a little bit.
What pitch do you go to here?
I'd like to see him throw that cutter, like Link said. It's been more like a slider, and there it is right there. 87, and it is today. This is the most I've seen that cutter move like it is. It does. It looks like a big-time slider right now. And you'll see this pitch right here, 87 miles an hour. That's nasty. Whew. That's starting on the outer third, ends in the other batter's box and down, exactly where you want it with 2 strikes.
Top of the order, Ogden, fair ball. Just inside the third base line. Racing over Stutzer. Into third, standing up is Milano, and Ogden's got a double.
And Mendez right here going to the changeup. Ogden sitting all over it. Able to drive this down the third baseline for a double. Now the Canes sitting second and third right now with 1 out.
#12th double of the year for Ogden, and a first pitch strike to Galvin in this lefty-lefty matchup. There's Ogden at second, and Galvin at the plate. Slaps at this one, fouls it off. As Fisher gives chase, it's into the plaza. And now Mendez ahead 0-2.
Yeah, you're definitely trying to get that punch out right here on Galvin with only 1 out.
Mendez does have 5 strikeouts. As this one right to the glove. Throw back to third, double play. Crowd loves it. Mendez hyped as he hops off the mound. What a big moment in this ball game in the third.
I tell you what, Mendez kind of gave it like a fake right here. He catches it and just kind of looks thinking, oh, okay, we got no play. Looks to second, and it goes right back to third. Realize they got an opportunity for the double play, and they get it.
How about Cal Fisher sneaking in, stealth mode?
Exactly what he was doing. You gotta
What
love it.
was Milano doing there? My goodness, mistake from the freshman. Iconic Dick Howser Stadium, and it just has that little extra feel when Miami is in town. As we begin the bottom of the third, momentum shifts in the inning as McCulley fouls it off his own body, but foul territory. And how about what we just watched? Because Mendez was in a pickle, second and third, and the Noles able to get out of the inning with just 1 out on a double play right back to the mound.
Yeah, I mean, that is a rally killer right there for the Hurricanes, I'll tell you that. Any kind of momentum they had, it just got sucked out.
And the Canes had some decent swings in the inning, Milano and Ogden, and were threatening. Florida State was playing their infield back. They were content giving up the run to trade for an out.
But that looks like even if he doesn't catch, that's probably getting up the middle.
And scores 2. 0-2 pitch is down low, but a critical base running mistake from Milano, who seemed to freeze and get into rundown mode. instead of realizing he had to get back to the bag.
Yeah.
And there he is at third base. And those are part of the rookie mistakes the Canes have made this year. In spots as McCulley punches it out to right field. And just shy of the warning track, Derek Williams makes the grab. Nice start to the inning from Evans, who Chavi has responded well to giving up the home run. Settled down after the walk to Shmela and got out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, he's made really good pitches. Not afraid to go to that breaking ball anytime in the count, especially left on left.
Home run to Carnes was the 10th allowed by Evans on the year. Fisher first pitch, fouls it back. Cal, the junior from Deerfield, Wisconsin. 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. Watches that one outside. And Fisher, a captain on this Florida State team. Chavi at the plate, no secret, he hasn't had the year that he would want. But he's made some outstanding plays for his team defensively. Chief among them, the play he made against Clemson in Game 1 last weekend. As that one in there, strike 2. You're talking a line shot that was over the third base bag that if he doesn't make a leaping grab, scores a couple runs and extends the Clemson rally. As Fisher awaits the 1-2. Fouls it back.
And you talk about it, I mean, Fisher being a captain on this team too, what he brings to this team. I get it, the offense hadn't been where he wants it, but he's doing it in other areas to help this team be where they are. And that says a lot about his character.
One-two pitch, skips away from the catcher, Alvarez, and it's 2-2. One down in the third. Knowles lead 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fisher goes down, strikeout for Evans. Is his third of the night.
And that's kind of been Evans' go-to pitch tonight, it's that slider. He back-foots him right here, great pitch.
Top of the order, John Stutzer. Watches ball 1 to the backstop. Stutzer, a ground out to start the game off. And Stutz, who seemingly does something outstanding every weekend that makes you really start to dream on what this freshman will be down the line. Awaits the 1-0. It's a hitter's count. Big cut on the fastball at 94. And the count evens. Chavi, he made some breathtaking plays at Clemson last weekend.
He did. I mean, it just, his all-around game is getting better every game he plays. Now that he's not playing football and he's able to really concentrate on baseball year-round, it's really going to be interesting to see the jump he makes after playing summer ball this year, getting even some more at-bats. What he does coming into a sophomore season.
One-two, swing in, and did he hold on to the ball? He did. Foul tip into the glove. Strong inning for Evans in the third. When we come back, one of the best players.
Goodbye! She is must-watch softball.
And we're just seeing the start of how great Issa can be.
Issa Torres, one of the best players in college softball, will join us in the next inning. What a pleasure joining us in here now. Issa Torres, star shortstop for the Noles.
Hello.
Issa, welcome.
Hi, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You got a big softball regional coming up starting tomorrow. I know the fans, you'd love to see them come out to Graf.
Absolutely. We love having our fans there and creating that post-regional feel. It's a great feeling and a good experience for us.
Top of the fourth here in Tallahassee. Issa will join us for the inning. And it'll be Williams, Sosa, and Alonso Alvarez for Miami. 3, 4, and 5 for the Canes. On the ground, that's going to clip off the glove of Fisher and into left field.
First baseman, Alex Sosa.
That's a tough one right there for Fish. I think he was just trying to scoop that hop. Tough play. Definitely Frazier's not making that play in the hole.
They'll give it a single to Williams. So he's on. Third hit for Miami against Mendez. They lead off the third with a base runner. Check that, the fourth. High fastball as that one misses to Sosa. Being joined by Issa Torres here in the booth. Florida State softball star and a Seminole team that got the 9 national seed. How excited are you for postseason softball?
OMG, so excited. I feel like this is the best time of the year. This is where you just kind of get nitty and gritty out there, and everyone's fatigued, so you just got to fight it out and compete it out, and it's just so fun to be a part of and to experience.
Issa, I got to ask a question. I saw it on social media, the cleats that you got.
Yes.
I mean, like, super cool moment for you and your teammates.
Yes, absolutely.
How was that, being a part of that and being able to kind of make that come to fruition?
Yeah, just super grateful for Nike for giving me that opportunity, but to be able to, represent Kocha and a lot of other women out there meant everything to me, meant everything to our team, especially considering we went through that journey with her. So just super excited that, our whole team got to be a part of that, but just super grateful for the opportunity as well.
It looked like it was a special moment for y'all. It really was.
It absolutely was. It was definitely a core memory.
That's awesome.
2-1 from Mendez to Sosa. Off the end of the bat, that's also going to drop. As DeLamielleure hustles in and gets it back to the infields. A couple of singles to start off the fourth for the Canes.
And you get a cutter right here that he just left up in the zone. And Sosa, being as hot as he's been so far here recently, does what you do with a hanging kind of, I guess you call it a breaking ball, but hanging as it was, gets you off the end of the bat for a hit. You got to think Alvarez is bunting here.
Let's see if Alvarez squares around. He does. First pitch misses. And it's 1-0. Alvarez a ground out in the second inning, as you see Sosa on your screen. Time called. Schmela calling out the defense to his infields. Packed house at Hauser. The Stars are on the diamond. We got a star in the booth with us. As Issa Torres, ACC Player of the Year in softball. Lifted, right center field. Did Alvarez get this? Yes, he did. It's a 3-run shot. Miami leads in the fourth.
Tell you what, this is very good coaching right here. You throw a first pitch off speed to see if he's bunting, so you're thinking he's bunting. He knows he's getting a fastball. He sat right on that fastball, and he did not miss it at all. Great piece of hitting by Alvarez. Good job all the way around by the coaching staff, too, giving him a green light in that situation.
5th homer of the year for Alvarez. That one went 395 on exit velocity, 104 off the bat. And that's a big swing from the Canes, who were looking for momentum. A good third inning from Miami that ended on the outstanding play from Mendez defensively on the mounds. But now UM leads.
Yeah, you really look at the last 5 or 6 hitters right here for UM, seeing the ball really well. Chance for Mendez to regroup right here. Nobody on base. Kind of just start this inning all over again.
Link Jarrett hoping to get another deep outing from Mendez, who has gone at least 5 innings in all 13 of his starts. First pitch strike to Debovic. Issa, what's going to be the key for your group this postseason?
Yeah, just staying together, playing some Seminole softball. We've been playing some really good ball since we responded from Stanford. So just staying within each other, staying within the moment, not making it bigger than what it is, going to be super important, especially with our 9 freshmen that we have in here. But I think we're super excited, we're super competitive, and we're super fired up to get after it.
One. In on the hands, fouled away 1-2.
And Issa, you talked about regrouping from Stanford. I had to feel good run ruling them too, though, in the ACC tournament right after that.
It felt great. It felt great. That was a good feeling for us.
Yeah.
One, 2. Another one punched out. Right center field, carrying, and it's off the screen. Debovic into second. He's got a double. Miami has found something in the 4th off of Mendez.
I tell you what, we talked about Mendez's stuff, and the fastball velocity is up. But right now, these guys are doing what you do with that. They're not trying to pull anything. They're going with the pitch, waiting, letting it carry, get deep, and able to go the other way. That was 101 off the bat there.
Now Cheyenne puts the bunt down. Mendez going to go to first. Advancing to third is Debovic. A nice job there from Cheyenne, the shortstop, on the sac bunt. Issa, you've been in situations like this yourself when one of your pitchers in the circle just trying to find their way through. What's the message you give to your pitchers?
Yeah, to take a deep breath, one pitch at a time. Obviously, things aren't going their way right now, but not to make this moment bigger than it is and just complete the inning. They're super competitive, so just being within their hip pocket and letting them know they have a defense behind them.
Chopper, Barrett going to come home, and he threw it wide of the plate. And Miami's going to score a run.
Yeah, that's where those 3 years being not playing in the field on Barrett here. He makes a great job with the glove backhanding, but then you see that extra pump right there. I think just made him think a little bit and snatching that ball. We talked about a little bit with Clemson with him drop, the fly ball that he popped up, that he missed. It's just him trying to get back in the swing of things defensively. Again, not playing it for 3 years.
So Miami leads 4-1. And you're right there, a good throw probably gets Debovic at the plate by a couple of steps.
Oh, absolutely.
Canes deserve some credit. They've used the slug. They've played stationary baseball. They've put pressure on Florida State in the inning against one of the best pitchers in the conference. And now Miami leads by 3 with their ace, Rob Evans, on the mound.
Who settled in after that home run he gave up to Carnes.
One misses here to Peralta. Peralta in the 9-hole as Florida State going to make a visit to the hill.
Leary down there getting loose.
Link Jarrett and Micah Posey peering out at the mounds. 4 runs in for Miami. As Mendez against Peralta, there's a bunt popped up. And Mendez will call for it himself for out number 2.
Not really sure what, I mean, with 1 out right there and squaring early, I get it's your 9-hole guy, but got a 4-1 lead. Surprised he's not swinging away right there.
Now Jake Ogden. Runner going. Shmela throws the ball into center field. Throw back to second. Tag in time, are you kidding me? And Miami runs themselves out of another inning. A bit of chaos here at Hauser. But Miami able to put up a big spot. A 4-run inning for the Canes. Alvarez, the big swing with a 3-run homer off Mendez. Miami leads 4-1. Back here in Tallahassee, as we went to break, Miami challenged the call on the field. Let's take another look.
Can't tell there. And again, they called him out. Here you go. Here's a much better view. I mean, there it looks like he's got a really good angle. I can't, at least for me, I can't see anything here that's going to make them overturn this. If that's the only angles they have as well.
Well, we have an infielder in the booth with us.
There you go.
Issa, what do you see on that replay?
Yeah, I feel like maybe he got his hand in there, but I feel like McCauley still kind of tagged him even though he was off balance a little bit, so I think that's pretty impressive. But I don't know, he could have got his hand in there, and, you know, seems to, things aren't going their way right now, but hopefully they can turn around with this call in the field.
Yeah, here's another good angle. This is the angle we saw originally, and I thought that he missed him. Like, see, yeah, there.
That's close.
That angle there, if they got that one, that's going to be. Again, let's remember, the call was out. They usually, here we go. We're getting the call right here.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner's out. Miami has 1 chance remaining.
So there is the challenge that the call is going to stand. So Milano twice now has been thrown out on the base paths. That's tough there for the freshman. We're going to keep it here as Arya Masudi, Chris Chavez, Issa Torres. All right, Issa, I know the ACC tournament was some unfinished business from how last year went.
Yes.
How satisfying was that to get the final out and to find the victory?
Yeah, it was a little bit emotional, I think, just working here after this being my 3rd year. Just the fact that we got it done and the fact that, you know, after all the adversity that we faced and we came out on top, like, just such a great feeling. And for our coaches to feel that after everything that they do for us and all that they pour into us, just such a good feeling to watch them celebrate and to us get to celebrate with them. So just super core memory again, and just something that I will never forget.
That's awesome. And Issa, I'm going to ask you a funny question here, because 2 of your assistant coaches play with me in the Braves organization.
Oh, man.
So I gotta know how Troy and Travis have been for you being there, and what they bring to the team.
Yeah, I mean, they bring so much to the team. I mean, they're literally like my dads on the team, so I just love them so much, and they're just so supportive. And, you know, they're your coaches at the end of the day, but they're also someone that you can talk to. So that's just such a great feeling that you can go to your coaches and, you know, just talk to them about anything, about life. They're always asking us, you know, what we're doing, and they're trying to stay up to core with all the trends and stuff. So they're continuously asking us all kinds of questions, you know, even, you know, what to get their wives for Mother's Day. So,
that's
you know,
awesome.
we keep them to trend. They keep us afloat, and we're just, you know, playing ball together. So it's very fun to have them in our corner.
Good deal.
All right, Issa, take me back to the hitting streak that you had. It was not just a hitting streak, it was an at-bat streak. How many hits in a row?
16.
What is that like when you're, I know in basketball when someone hits that many threes in a row, they're in the zone.
Yeah.
What's that like at the plate? Are you seeing beach balls?
Well, I kind of just said it was like a fairy tale. Like I felt like I was like in a dream. And it was just like a game, like, oh, can I get on again? What can I do this time? Can I find a way? Can I bunt? Can I, beat out a 2-hopper single, infield single? So just super fun, but it was definitely like a fairy tale to me.
Well, we joked about it because right before that, you were 12 for 12 at one time, right? Correct?
Yes.
And then, so I know Troy, we were having lunch at Bagel Bagel, and Troy told us about I guess it was your 13th at bat, bad call, right?
It was questionable, but it's okay. It was questionable, but
Smart
it's okay.
answer.
Yeah, right. Hey, I might get that umpire again.
Yeah.
1-1 here to Braden Dowd. High chopper. Coming in barehanded attempt from Ogden. It would have been a tough play as Dowd reaches safely.
Somebody just talked about that right there. Give me a 2-hopper that I can beat out. There it was right there.
Absolutely, just finding a way.
Issa manifesting for us.
That's right. Yeah, it just rolls over this, but good hustle by Dowd. Puts the pressure on Ogden here. Probably didn't need to try to go with the bare hand. He probably could have used the glove, but he did, and it cost him.
Issa, how hard of a play is that for an infielder?
Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, you're putting pressure on someone on the defense, and you're trying to run it out, so it's incredibly hard to make.
Now Delamalier, who has been red hot for Florida State over his last 14 games, steps in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, 1. Misses inside 1-1. Issa, I know you won ACC Player of the Year. How much pride do you take in winning Defensive Player of the Year as well?
Great pride, but I also think it's just highlighting my coaches again, like all the time that we put on the field, like just super special that I got to win that award, and it just shows how much work goes into it, how much work our coaches put into us and just continue to strive for in us. So just super grateful that we got a lot of honors.
No doubt about that. This is going to be an interesting postseason for your team.
Yes.
Feels like a group that has evolved as the season has gone along. What has you most confident about the way your team is playing?
Just kind of how passionate, how gritty, kind of how fiery we are. I feel like right now getting the 9 seed, like a lot of people think that we're upset, but I just think we're so confident in our abilities right now that we can go anywhere and beat any team. So just super confident, super passionate, and ready to compete.
I like that answer because that's right. You would think you have fans, I think, that are more upset that you're 9 than y'all are.
Yes.
And you're like, hey, we'll win the regionals and we'll go somewhere wherever you want to put us.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that answer.
Evans ahead of Delamalier. 1-2 struck him out.
Tell you what, great job from Evans there. All 3 pitches in that at bat to Delamalier. Went breaking ball first pitch, buried a fastball in for a ball. Then went breaking ball again, then goes change up there. I mean, just great job all the way around.
One down in the inning. Now Carnes, who beat Evans with a solo home run in his last at bat, lifts this out. Foul territory. Dead sprint. Ogden. Ooh. Slides as that ball bounced back. It is turf in foul territory here at Hauser.
Yeah, good effort from Ogden. He went all out on this play right here. Good effort. And that wind just kept pulling that ball away. That wind's blowing out, I mean, blowing into those bleachers and right.
Dowd at first. Evans checking on him there. Will come to the plate. And it's low 1-1. Carnes average up to 322 after the home run. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 1-2 pitch. Nice block there from Alvarez. Is that another changeup there, Chavi?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, great job by the freshman catcher here. He's doing a really good job of blocking everything up. He's kept everything in front of him. And you see him before this pitch, he calls for this ball down. Just does a great job blocking it up, keeping it where it needs to be.
Something going on with the earpiece for Alvarez in a 2-2 count. Isa Torres in the booth with us. Isa, 2-strike approach. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, definitely have a different mentality here. Just trying to hit anything that is in the zone or what I'm not looking for, just trying to tip it off. That way this next pitch I can really take a hack at it.
See what Evans comes to the plate with. That was a breaking ball to the back foot. Strikeout number 2, back-to-back of DeLamielleure and Carnes for Evans.
Yeah, this is the pitch he threw to Fisher earlier in the game on the strikeout, that back foot slider, and it is a really good pitch. Looks like a fastball to the last second, right underneath the bat.
Two outs in the inning. And Schmela on the ground to third. Oh, it gets through. See if that's a hit or an error. Again, Miami's defense uncomfortable on the infield.
And I like what I just saw right there from Evans, though. He immediately looks at Milano, let's go, I got you, don't worry about it. And that's what you got to have from a pitcher. When you have a mistake behind you, don't let it affect you, don't show any emotion. They're not trying to do anything behind you. You want these guys believing in each other. I like that from a pitcher. I know you do as well. You don't want your pitcher showing you up. You're not out there trying to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you want them to command. You want them to command the infield and just be confident.
Florida State putting some 2-out pressure on Miami. Lefty-lefty matchup, strike 1 to Frazier from Evans.
And they did give that a hit.
Single for Schmela. Here's the 0-1. This is outside, 1-1, 2 outs in the inning. We'll close up shop with Isa Torres at the end of this frame. So Isa, I know I asked you earlier, how much would it mean though to see Garnet and Golds at Graf all weekend supporting you guys for the postseason?
It would mean the world. I mean, to be able to host a regional means everything to us, and the fact that our fans can engage with us one last time this season means everything to us, and just helps us because we know that we're playing for something bigger than ourselves. So super excited to see a lot of fans at Joanne Graf this weekend.
I definitely don't think that's going to be something short of having fans. Y'all do such a great job of bringing them in. I think it'll be a packed house for you guys.
It'll be electric, no doubt, at Graf. Frazier trying to send Hauser into a frenzy here. 1-2, just misses. 2-2.
Pretty good pitch from Evans there. Good job from Frazier laying off.
Isa, 542 batting average, 90 hits, 16 home runs. You're my National Player of the Year.
Well, hold on.
I'm going to put that
40 extra bases.
40 extra bases.
40 extra bases.
Defense. Come on now.
I'm honored.
2-2. Oh, Frazier just got under it and popped it up into center field. Coming in and making the grab is Peralta. Isa, thanks for joining us, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you guys for having me so much.
Appreciate it, Isa. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Go Noles.
All right. Isa Torres joining us here. Miami leads Florida State 4-1. Rob Evans, 4 strong innings so far in Tallahassee. And this has been the recipe for success for Miami. A good offense that has found some life against Wes Mendez. You see there, Evans clapping his hands, feeling pretty good. Pretty efficient too at 64 pitches through 4. That number will be interesting, but he's limited the free passes. And he's done a really nice job of attacking Florida State's hit.
Yeah, and he's gotten strikeouts when he's needed strikeouts. He's made the pitches. He's pitched backwards in counts. He's attacked, when, like you said, when he's needed to. But it's that breaking ball, to me, that has been really, really effective for him, especially back foot to those righties.
Galvin. Correction, Jake Ogden.
Top of the order, Jake Ogden will lead things off. Remember, he was at the plate when Milano stole second and then didn't communicate with his third base coach on a ball that was thrown into center field, got caught in between land, tried to dive back into the bag, I should say. And a nice play by Dowd and McCulley to end the Miami threat after 4 runs had scored in the 4th. So Ogden leads it off. It's the top of the Miami order.
And Ogden doubled his last time on a changeup. Or actually, yeah, first pitch that he threw him. See if he gives him something up in the zone here with a fastball. There it is. Now you set it up. Now he can go anything he wants. He could go with the changeup here, down, come back in with a fastball in the zone. Heck, as good as that cutter's been, he can even back foot that thing today. There's that changeup.
Ogden in his last at bat had a double down the third base line. So now the count is full. That was in the 3rd inning. You might remember Miami had runners on 2nd and 3rd in that inning, and then Galvin lined out into a double play right back to Mendez. As Galvin's there. Give Ogden a lot of credit. He covers the plate really well.
Yeah, because that was a good pitch there. I mean, he buried that cutter in right there, able to keep his hands in and foul it off.
Full count, fastball. Fouled back. And we'll do it again.
I really like if Mendez could hit with that curveball right here. I think it would freeze him up. He hadn't seen it. But again, I also don't want to walk the leadoff guy.
Lifted, center field. Dowd measures for the out. It's a good at bat by Ogden.
Yep.
A long fly out.
Also good job by Mendez, though, not giving in.
This pitch is absolutely corked, but foul.
Well, I said I'd like to see him throw some front door cutters, and maybe I don't want him to do that anymore because that's what that pitch was right there. Granted, it's a strike.
What have you noticed, as that's a ball, about Miami's plan against Mendez? What has impressed you?
I mean, I think the biggest one was, you know, they've barreled some stuff up, but especially, though, on the bunt, when you show that and then you deke someone into throwing you a fastball and then your hitter does not miss it, you execute on what your plan was, and that's exactly what they did. And that's been the difference in the game so far because that was a 3-run bomb. So, to me, that's the biggest thing. But they're just battling. They're staying in there. And they're not trying to overswing. And they're taking what he's given. They're letting the ball get deep, watching the pitch.
1-2. A big hop for McCulley, who fields his position as well as anyone in the ACC at second base. Much better start to the 5th inning for Wes Mendez.
Derek Williams.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking this might be his last inning, but if he could get another quick out right here, you definitely could run him back out there for one more. And when you're not having Abraham for the weekend, you'd like for him to eat up another inning for sure.
This one gets under the glove of Fisher. Into left field. Williams slams the brakes after a big turn. And a nice job from Stutzer to hurry the ball back in and hold Williams to a single.
Great job from Stutzer. Again, something that's not going to show up in the books. Able to cut that off and get rid of it quickly and keeping him to a single and keeping him at scoring position. Big play from John Stutzer right there. And that ball's 102 off the bat. But great job. Stutcher gets rid of this ball quickly. Makes a very good throw.
Seventh hit for Miami off of Mendez. Sosa offers it the first pitch. Left field. Stutzer drifts to his right, your left, and he makes the grab. A 2-out single for Williams. Nothing else for the Canes. Miami leads the Noles on the road by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back here in Tallahassee, Miami leads Florida State 4-1. Rob Evans has been a star tonight for the Canes and all season long. For more on the senior from Harlan, we go to Emily.
Evans back on the bump for another inning of work, and guys, he does not break character. He was asked on a podcast earlier this season what made him such a competitor, and he said it was his mother. He said, I watched her fight and beat breast cancer. He said every day she woke up with a smile on her face, and I said, if I give up at things, she'll be disappointed. And of course, he corrected himself and said she won't be disappointed, but he basically said, you know, if she can get through that, I can do just about anything, Aria.
No doubt about that. And our hearts go out to the Evans family, no doubt. Shout out to Mom for beating breast cancer. That is awesome. And I'm sure she's proud of her son, who has really turned it on in his senior year, began his career at Georgia State, and after 1 year at Miami has now become one of the best pitchers in the ACC.
He really has, and again, I've said before, and maybe even questionably for time in the country. If you look at his numbers, they're as good as anybody. And he's come in there so far and pitched to Jim with one mistake that he has. Other than that, he's been very dominant.
It'll be Barrett, McCulley, and Fisher for Florida State. As Barrett to the gap in right center, it's off the fence. Barrett's going to slam on the brakes and have to hustle back into first. It's a long single for the Noles first baseman.
And I'll tell you what, that's the most aggressive turn I've ever seen here for somebody being able to get back. Good job by Barrett, recognizing he probably was not going to beat that to second and getting back. Good piece of hitting too, though. Going the other way with it, showing the power he's got. But great job and great hustle getting back in the bag at first.
One-0 pitch to McCulley. Hit on the ground, another base hit. Barrett stops at second. Back-to-back singles, and the Noles are threatening in the fifth off of Evans in Miami.
You know, this is exactly what we talked about with Link Jarrett. What can your bottom of the lineup do for you? Get you turned around to the back, to the top part of your lineup. Good piece of hitting from McCulley here, going backside where there's a big hole there. Able to get it through for another base hit. Now you wonder, Cal Fisher coming up. Does he try to lay one down here? You let him swing away.
Fisher showing bunt, lays it down. Sosa looked at third, but made the smart play and took the automatic at first. Fisher, a sac bunt that's successful. Both runners advance.
Yeah, good job. You see everybody in the dugout recognizing it. Cal excited too, knowing he did his job. Quality at bat. Now you need the top of the lineup to do what they do right here.
I think Sosa had a play at third. It would have been close. Not worth it when you're up 3.
Correct. Had been a perfect throw. Get it there. Even though it's a force out, it's still got to make a great, great throw right there.
I think Miami fans at home said, with our defense, take the automatic.
Yeah, we're happy with that. Yeah.
Yep. Nice job. Sosa, who played catcher at NC State, is playing first for Miami tonight. 1-0. Now 2-0 to John Stutzer with a couple of runners in scoring position for the freshman out of Marietta. 2-sport star at Pope High School, same high school as James Tibbs III. And college offers to play on the gridiron. Swung at ball 3. And a good pitch there from Evans to challenge Stutzer above the belt. 2-1. Stutzer has 8 home runs on the year, 6 of them coming in the ACC. And now Evans has worked himself back into the count. At 2-2, Braden Dowd is on deck.
And again, with that pitch right there, sets up a lot as a pitcher. He can elevate the fastball again, which you got him to chase. He could go back foot even a little bit lower here. Or he can even go with his changeup, which has been really effective as well to righties. And he did. He elevated the fastball there at 94.
It's a good job from Stutzer to just fight it off.
Really
and
is.
Stay alive.
Yep.
Evans has 5 strikeouts, looking for a 6th. And this time off speed, and Stutzer again just catching a piece. Mature at bat, and a terrific battle brewing between Evans and the Noles leadoff man.
Yeah, you said it. That's a great job. Great pitch from Evans with the changeup there. Stutzer hadn't seen it yet. Able to fight that off.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Back to the changeup. And Stutzer offered 6th strikeout for Evans, and 2 down.
Huge, huge pitch from Evans here. Goes back-to-back changeups. This one's a little bit lower. You see the excitement right there from the freshman behind the plate, and Alvarez knows how big of an out that was.
Evans trying to escape the jam. As Dowd fouls it off. 0-1. Good note from our statistician, Jason McGee. All 6 strikeouts for Rob Evans are swinging.
Yeah, that just tells you how good of pitches he's executing.
This ball hit hard, gloved, shortstop throws, and toe on the bag. Evans helping out his defense. 103 miles an hour, a laser beam off the bat of Dowd. And the Noles strand a pair at 2nd and 3rd.
Tell you what, Evans doing it with the glove too, doing that stop, even though it does look like they were positioned great anyways. 103 off the bat. Tough break for the Noles, and good job by the Canes.
get a lot bigger than this.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Who will emerge? We'll see.
May 19th, ACC Baseball Championship. And the road to the College World Series, sometimes paved by the opportunities your conference tournament can provide you. A Seminole team that coming into the weekend was still in the conversation for a top 8 national seed. They would have to take care of Miami and then play well in Charlotte at the ACC tournament. And for a Miami team with a red-hot finish that could begin with this weekend against Florida State, they could put themselves in a conversation to host a regional, because right now everything seems to be up in the air in college baseball. As Alvarez, a cue shot into right field, has a single to lead off the Miami 6.
It shows you how this game can be cruel sometimes. You get Dowd, who hits one 103 for an out, and Alvarez hits one 68 miles an hour for a base hit.
Inside to Debovic. Debovic 1 for 2, the double in the 4th. Part of that 4-run Miami frame that is the difference in the game. Barrett called off by McCulley for the out.
Great job by McCulley. Much better angle there than first baseman has.
Number 0, Vince Sheehan.
Now Vance Sheehan. Change up for a strike. Sheehan, who transferred in from USC Upstate after a couple of seasons with the Spartans. 328 last season. Chops this one foul. Batting 270 coming into the night. A couple of home runs. And playing shortstop. Was actually the Big South Freshman of the Year a couple of seasons ago. 0-2, and a check to first, sliding in Alvarez.
Good job from Shimela there, blocking that one up. Going back to the changeup again. Perfect. Use that belly button.
Breaking ball high, 2-2. Haven't seen the curveball as much tonight. Saw it a lot against Clemson from Mendez, who went to it 17 different times against the Tigers. Runner going. Ball inside, and no throw down. So Alvarez has the bat.
I just don't think he got a grip. I mean, you got to throw that ball.
Canes have a runner in scoring position. And another foul ball. Keeps Sheehan alive. Give Miami credit. They had 5 strikeouts early, but since they've really choked up with 2 strikes and done a nice job of running Mendez's pitch count up. They've put the ball in play. That time, Sheehan just stared at strike 3. Terrific pitch from Mendez for the backwards K.
Yeah, that wasn't so much as a stare, and I think it just completely froze him. Great location with this fastball, buries it inner third. Great pitch. There might be the cutter, actually. Looked like the fastball. Didn't like cutters, but yeah, I guess it was. That's a nice cutter. Great pitch.
Important out for Mendez. And you know, to Mendez's credit on the maturity. We talked about 13 starts of at least 5 innings. 7 of those 13 have gone at least 6 innings. Wes has given up 4 runs tonight in 5 2/3 innings. No walks, 6 strikeouts. This will be pitch 94 to Gabriel Milano.
Yeah, you have to think this is probably his last one.
Milano comes up empty, 1-2.
Yeah, good cutter there from Wes. See him empty the tank here, then this inning up. Probably his night.
Alvarez lead off second. Mendez to the plate. Outside, and the count evens. Milano at the plate has done a really nice job in place of the injured Daniel Cuvée. Coming into the night, 15 of 50. Batting .300 with 3 homers. On the ground, McCulley ranges well and makes a tough play look easy to retire the Canes in the 6th. Rivalry weekends. And on ESPN Squeeze Play as well, the Canes lead the Noles 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Rob Evans going toe-to-toe against Wes Mendez has been simply sensational tonight. He's had all of his pitches.
He has, and it's mainly been that off-speed stuff. The slider, the changeup, they've both been great for him. He's been able to backdoor the righties with it, then go away with the changeup down out of the zone and get chase. All of his strikeouts have been swing and misses.
Trying to complete 6 innings for the Canes tonight. He's at 79 pitches. Will face Brody Delamelier to begin the Noles 6th. Breaking ball, strike 1. Noles got a couple on to lead off the 5th against Evans. Fisher would sack bunt to move both into scoring position. And Evans buckled down. Now another swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
And so that's what makes him so effective. You know, he starts him off with a get me over breaking ball. You take it for a strike. Then he goes change up out of the zone. You get swing and miss.
Down 1-2.
Try to go back to that changeup again and get more swing and miss out of the zone. Great location with the pitch. Good job from Delamelier to spit at it that time.
To the back foot with the breaking ball. Delamelier spits on it. Last weekend at Doug Kingsmore Stadium, Delamelier was 7 of 14 with a couple of homers. Now has 7 of them on the year. He's made a change to his stance and his mechanics. The Chavi's allowed him to cut down his strikeout rate to 9.5% over the last 15 games.
Yeah, and you see it right there. He's not chasing at pitches that he was chasing at earlier in the year. It was back 0-2 right here, and he worked it full.
See what Evans comes with. Popped up. It was off speed. Williams has it measured and makes the ground.
Now batting, designated hitter, Quentin Vaughn.
Breaking ball. Misses 1-0. Carnes 1 for 2. Solo homer in the second against Evans. Pretty consistent as Carnes, 320 batting average, 300 in the ACC. In conference play coming in. Fastball inner third for a strike. Carnes was 4 for 12 against Clemson. Went 5 for 13 against Miami last year in Coral Gables. And that changeup, friendly call for a strike.
And I feel like that's about the third call that's gone against FSU out of the zone. And they've got definitely not a strike.
Evans ahead. Went back to the changeup. He's had a good feel for that pitch and the slider this evening. We've seen a fastball up to about 95. He's lived at 92 to 94. And the count is full. Six strikeouts for Evans so far, just 1 walk. Full count to the Noles designated hitter. And we'll do it again as Carnes spoils a fastball. 95 from Evans. Nate Schmela is on deck, riding an 8-game hitting streak that was pushed to 9 with the single in the 4th. Evans sets, delivers. Oh, just missed. Second walk of the night for Evans, and Florida State has a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, he tried to backdoor that breaking ball. Didn't quite get that corner there. I felt like that was a little bit better pitch than the one that got called a strike earlier.
So it evens itself out in that AB. Now here's Schmela, who has had a knack for the clutch hit for Florida State over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, if you're Schmela, you got to be looking for something you can drive off that wall to right field.
He's ahead 1-0. We talked about the home run against Clemson in Game 3 in a rubber match for Florida State. That was big on the road to set the momentum and be able to set the tone for FSU in a rubber match.
It really was, and it did set the tone. I don't know how that ball stayed fair, but
this one's chopped to second. Could be 2. Turn, toe on the bag, and it is a double play. Miami's defense helps its pitcher. Ends the inning.
Yeah, pitcher's best friend right here, 4-6-3. Good turn, good feed. Good job by the first baseman, getting Evans and the Canes back in the dugout with a 4-1 lead.
Wes Mendez, his day is done after 6 innings. He was solid. Not his best stuff that we've seen. Fastball, though, was up to 95. Chavi, no walks, 6 strikeouts, but Miami was able to find opportunistic moments, and the Alvarez home run was the dagger there.
It really was a dagger, like you said, and I felt like it was set up great by the bunt situation there. Coming back, taking the bunt off, knowing you're probably going to get a fastball. He got it down the middle, didn't miss. So again, that's been the difference in this game so far, that 3-run homer.
And that inning for him, you talk about getting out of it with maybe giving up 1 or 2 earned runs, and this game is vastly different. But the Canes, on the backs of terrific pitching from Rob Evans and timely hitting, they lead 4-1 as the Noles turn to Cade O'Leary. Sophomore from Nashville, Tennessee, who began his career at Mississippi State in the SEC. He's got excellent stuff. Good cutter, good fastball, and a plus curveball. Command has been a bit of an issue for O'Leary, including wild pitches, which he's top 3 in the ACC in most wild pitches on the year.
Yeah, that'll definitely hurt, especially in key times in the game.
And a hit by pitch starts off O'Leary's outing. Important to note, as we'll take another look at this, Chavi, what do you see?
I mean, it looks like a cutter. He just, again, a front side opening up too soon. Pulls it in, snatches it inside.
Leadoff man aboard. Important to note, John Abraham not available for Florida State out of the pen. He's been arguably the best relief pitcher in the ACC. And D1 Baseball had him as the #1 relief pitcher in college baseball in their power rankings. And Abraham out. They're calling it a side issue. I think most baseball people know what a side typically is.
Yeah, you did say arguably. I'd say it's not really arguable. He's been the best.
Now there's Carolina fans will watch and tell you McDuffie and Glauber are just as good.
They are just good, but.
So I say arguably to save my bacon.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Because it's our argument that we're making.
Yes.
But to the point, not having Abraham this weekend changes the dynamic for Florida State altogether. As you see a couple more guys quickly, Meeble and Stokes. So that means what? Kinnear and guys like Purcell move up right in the pecking order of where you would want to use them.
As well as Cooper Whited.
As Cooper Whited, correct. There's a breaking ball for a strike. This probably would not have been a situation you used Abraham in anyway, down 3.
Correct. He wouldn't have.
One on the ground. Frazier has no play.
Good job from Frazier there. Stick it in your back pocket. You really don't have a play there. No need to make a mistake, throw it bad, and let that guy get to third. Great effort by him, though, to get to it.
Max Galvin.
Ball's placed well. Frazier gets to it good, just doesn't have a play, though. Again, you got to assume here Canes will be bunting. That was wrong.
Galvin does not square around. That was a good block from Schmela. Peralta and Ogden on base. Now it's 2-0. Galvin a walk in the first. He's 1 for 3. Excuse me, 0 for 3. Tua. 95 below the zone, 3-0.
But that's what we're talking about right here. That's a pitch that the Canes have gotten multiple times tonight. But when you haven't been throwing strikes like O'Leary hasn't, it's tough to get that call.
Strike 1 to Galvin, who was taking all the way. Galvin, hometown kid from Coral Gables, went to IMG Academy. And a 5-pitch walk. Now the bases are loaded as Miami trying to break this thing open.
Derek Williams.
And Mike Capozzi out of the Seminole bullpen, being tested for the first time this season without John Abraham. And O'Leary, who's probably been the 5th or 6th option out of the pen this year for the most part. And the Noles are done. with O'Leary. And you wonder if FSU's saving some of its better arms available for the rest of the weekends. Although you don't want to use the term, you're punting in a 4-1 game. But now Miami really threatening to put this one to bed as Kevin Meeble comes in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Quick outing for Cade O'Leary. Faced 3 batters and all reached. So the Noles will go to Kevin Meeble with Miami threatening to get some serious insurance against the Noles in the 7th. The junior from West Palm began his career at FAU down in Boca Raton. Went to D2 Barry. Put up some impressive numbers there on his way to World Series appearance. And now with Florida State making his 15th appearance of the year. What's the book on Meeble?
Well, when he's doing good, it's the fastball command when he's on, because he got some velocity that's really picked up. Like you said, touch some 4s. But he's got to be able to hit with a breaking ball as well and show a mix there. Especially in this situation, you got to compete for that ground ball right here.
Final weekend of the regular season in college baseball. We're at Dick Howser Stadium in a rivalry weekend. Arya Masudi, Chris Chavez, Emily Peters, our entire crew. Bases are juiced, full of Canes. And the smooth Miami scripts. And Meeble starts off. Derek Williams with ball 1. Couple of hits tonight for Williams, who rips this one hard but foul as it hooks. Really got good barrel to ball there. One on the ground. It's going to score at least 1 run, but the Noles will trade it for 2 outs. And the Canes do get an insurance run as Peralta touches home. It's 5-1 Canes.
Yeah, good job right here. I told you got to compete for the ground ball. He got it. Good job by the middle infield turning this.
Great block
job
there, huh?
I mean, great job by Shmela blocking that thing up. That was a 54-footer right there. And that's tough to do, to keep that in reach. Breaking ball again, belly button. He keeps that right in between the belly button and the chest.
There's a strike. Chavi Noles have used Carnes and Shmela both behind the dish this season. Shmela seems defensively to have been a little bit more consistent on a day-to-day basis. He's a 5th-year senior, 6th-year senior at this point.
Right, been around a little bit longer too. You know, you're talking about probably 4 more years, and there's a good breaking ball there. But Shmela's starting to get a little bit more comfortable back there too. His blocks have been outstanding tonight, and it's just gotten better. Scott Stoloff a couple of calls too with some framing.
Sosa stays alive on the 1-2. Sosa 1 for 3 this evening. Top 5 in the ACC in RBIs. Part of the U.S. Collegiate National Team. Summer of 24. And Meeble, who has kind of evolved that slider into a hybrid slider cutter action.
Yep.
Him and Mike Capozzi worked on that a couple of weeks ago.
Feels like that's what he's thrown pretty much every pitch other than one breaking ball with it.
Ogden is at third. 1-2. Ripped, right field, base hit, another RBI. All he does is drive in runs. And Sosa puts Miami up 6-1 in the 7th.
And Sosa extending what he was doing last week in Louisville, doing it to the Knolls tonight as well.
Alex Sosa, outstanding junior from Vieira, Florida.
Again, look at the balance there in the box. Great piece of hitting. Doesn't try to do too much, take what he's given. Knows he's got a guy at third, I just got to get a base hit. That's what he does.
Those runs both charged to Cade O'Leary. Another good stop.
And Shamela earning the paycheck today.
And the fastball by Alvarez, who's had himself quite the evening. 2 hits and a 3-run homer. Switch hitting catcher from Brentwood, California. Actually went to Heritage in South Florida. And Miami's had some outstanding catchers come through that program over the years.
Yeah.
I think Alvarez has a chance down the line to be one more. Runner goes. This one fouled away.
Good job there fighting that pitch off. Meeble buried it in. He was able to fist it out foul, stay alive.
Couple of RBI hits for Miami tonight with 2 outs. As Alvarez underneath the fastball. Delamalier ranging in. Lost the ball cap on the way to the ball. Couple more runs scored for Miami in the 7th. Sosa, the latest with an RBI.
Yeah, adding to his total. That's RBI 63 for him on the year. And adding to his hot streak that he's had here for the last few games for the Canes. Giving them a lead now, 6-1.
Miami leading 6-1 over Florida State in game 1 of a 3-game set. 301st meeting all time between 2 powerhouse programs. Pretty spectacular to think about as Frazier, this one's foul. Chris, you've been a part of the rivalry. It's not just Florida State-Miami, which means a lot in any sport. The sheer importance to college baseball and building the game in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, both of these programs have had such big hands in that.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, look, it hasn't been the Miami of old. And back in the day when we were, you know, it was FSU Miami, it was usually 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2, 2 versus 4. So, I mean, it had such big implications and we played more games. But now, even this year, coming into this game, this whole series, huge implications. Huge, like you said. Whether it be regional or super regional implications that could be at play here. And placement into the ACC tournament and getting that double bye. And this is big.
One swing and a miss.
Breaking ball from Evans again.
Especially to lefties.
I know,
he's
man.
had it to both.
But the lefties
got no shot.
They really have struggled with it. I mean, the righties hadn't had a whole lot of success either when he back foots it to him. But that right there, he just goes right at him with it. It kind of freezes him, and you get that defensive swing right there. Better there. Much better right there from Frazier. And you saw Frazier at the beginning of this at-bat tried to drag, and he's been so successful at that, especially with lefties getting it by them and getting it to the second baseman. That ball just caught his foot, or else he probably would have had another base hit there.
Evans ahead, 1-2. Fastball.
Tough.
High chopper on the run. And there was really no play to be made for Milano.
No, and the only chance he really had there was trying to maybe even barehand it. I still don't think he would have. Off that turf, that thing was so high. Frazier runs so well.
And actually a defensive replacement, Brandon Degote.
Yep. And you see this right here. As soon as this ball was hit, I was like, that thing got so high.
That is Brandon Degote, number 6, who's in for Milano. Didn't catch that at the beginning of the inning. It's an infield hit for Frazier. Pitch number 100 from Evans. Forces Barrett to lose his bat. Heads up Miami's dugout. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's one thing from Barrett so far. He's been consistent. When he did this against Clemson as well, where he lost the bat just like this. Look at that swing. You can see that comes right out of his hands.
Count evens at a ball and a strike. Miami does have some action in the bullpen. Season high in pitches for Evans is 110 against Wake Forest. Foul tip.
Lost the bat again there too. There's the back foot slider we're talking about right there, the back foot breaking ball.
Strike 3.
Yeah, you see Evans' face right there. You know he got away with one right there. Put a changeup right down the middle. And it did freeze him, but that is not where he wanted that pitch. I promise you. I think it even surprised Barrett, like, did I really just take that pitch?
McCulley watches off speed, down low. A single in the 5th for Carter McCulley extends his hitting streak to 8 games. Who has really been a revelation for Florida State at the bottom of the order over the last 3 weekends. Fouls this one back.
Yeah, this has been really big for, like you said, being that revelation offensively. He brings so much to it defensively. You needed him to pick it up there. Now he has, especially there at the bottom of the lineup where they needed a spark, and he's been that so far lately.
You know, McCulley's numbers in conference play will surprise you. Coming into the night, he was batting .317 in ACC action. Now 2-1. They adjusted his mechanics, allowing his barrel to stay in the zone longer. He's gotten a little lower into his legs, and it's helped him hit a couple of home runs over the last 2 weekends. 2-1, now 3-1.
Yeah, like you said, they've spread him out, kind of like they've done a little bit with Delon Malier as well. And not only that, he looks more comfortable in the takes that he's taking. He doesn't look like he's being fooled and holding off. He looks comfortable where he's at. His approach looks better. Everything just looks better right now from McCulley.
In his last 10 games, hitting .389. Right back to the pitcher, Evans to the bag. They turn another double play. And Evans is fired up as he comes off the mound.
I'll tell you what, we talk about a pitcher's best friend. Doesn't get any better when you're the one who's starting it, too. Great job right here, turning this easy play. And Evans showing the fire, Sosa showing the fire, getting the Canes back in the dugout, maintaining that 6-1 lead.
Hungry too. It's been all Miami in game one. Between the Canes and the Noles at Hauser, Rob Evans, hugs, high fives, and how could you not show the love? Chavi, he was fantastic.
He was. I mean, he did everything he needed to do to put his team. He looks like he's exhausted, doesn't it?
You know that feeling, don't you?
Yeah, oh, I do. I mean, I really do. I mean, that's 7 strong innings from him. It's almost like a relief, too. He's like, got through that last one.
7 innings for Evans, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts on the road, 108 pitches for the lefty from Harlem. Debovic launches one, but foul. Goodness, he crushed that. Looking up Evans' numbers on the year. That is his 3rd start of at least 7 innings this season for Miami. First time he's done it, though, since April 17th at Stanford. He's kind of flown under the radar in the ACC this season.
Yeah.
As that one bounces in there. Mendez has gotten a lot of love. Taquero deserves it.
Both of them.
Lavonis will be a top 5 pick in his draft class
next year.
Riddell has been outstanding. But it just feels like Rob's just kind of flown under the radar, but has been so steady for Miami all season long.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great. And we talked about him coming in the game. We knew it was going to be a battle of 2 lefties, and he won it tonight.
Nice job by Meeble to take care of Debovic, who, after a check down to the first base umpire, he did go around.
Yeah, good breaking ball here from Meeble. Another one of those back foot right there.
First pitch strike at the knees.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit. That one got up and got a little bit higher on Shmela, more towards the collarbone. And you see Link coming out, checking on him. You see this right here. Yo, oof. Yeah, that's actually got, yeah, right above the pad near the Adam's apple. Those can be scary too for a catcher when he gets right there, because then sometimes when you get hit right there, that thing will swell up and it won't be immediate. It'll be later. It makes it hard for you to breathe.
Good changeup. Not a pitch Meeble throws a ton. Does have it in his bag. He's ahead 1-2 to Shea. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Meeble in the 8th.
I'll tell you what, the changeup too right there showing you how effective it can be. Great job right here. He throws the first one in the zone and then goes out of the zone right here down. Great pitch from Meeble.
Brandon Dugotti.
Want to know to Brandon Dugotti. Launches a strike. Came in for Gabriel Milano. Defensively, the sophomore from Miami.
Yeah, this is only his 2nd at bat of the year.
above the belt. And it's 1-2 after the swing and miss. Frazier coming in off balance throw. That was smooth. Meeble goes 1-2-3 in the 8th. Florida State trying to make a late run at this thing. 6 outs to go in game 1. Florida State, Miami, always a special time when these two teams meet. Game 1 at Hauser, Carnes led it off with a home run, his 5th of the year, and the Seminoles felt pretty good getting started on the right foot, but here comes Miami, a 4-run inning. Alvarez leaves the yard, changes momentum.
It totally changed the momentum. They took control of the game, and they haven't looked back since. Evans is dealing. Then you have Sosa come up right here with another big hit, just adding to his RBIs.
4th in the ACC coming in runs batted in. And Sosa does it again. Part of a 2-run 7th inning for Miami. That's been the insurance. And when Evans is on the mound and the Canes are able to do just enough offensively, good things happen for J.D. Arteaga's club. Now on the mound, Lyndon Glidewell has been Miami's top arm out of the pen this season. The senior from California was at Austin Peay prior to making his way to the 305. Outstanding numbers on the year for Glidewell. 26th appearance, and the Canes not afraid to use him multiple times in a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great for him. You see the numbers.
How about this? Kelvin Paulino Jr. will get an at-bat to pinch hit for Cal Fisher. Paulino, the freshman, fouls it back, is quickly down 0-2. First at bats for Paulino since April 26th on the road at Stanford in game 3. Over 3 weeks. Paulino, a lot of talent coming into the season, a lot of expectations, and started the year on fire for Florida State. He was one of the more consistent hitters through the first 20 games. Went into a rut in ACC play. And as the Noles continued to jockey things around after the injury to Miles Bailey, FSU settled in on a lineup both offensively and defensively that was allowing them to win ball games. And so Paulino has kind of taken a back seat over the last few weeks to that. Now getting an opportunity here late in the game. Pops it up on 0-2. Sosa running out of room, and it's going to drop in without a catch. Foul ball. Sosa's okay as well, smiling.
Yeah, and good job, too. A good effort, but good job here from Paulino, able to stay alive on that pitch, way out of the zone. But you see Sosa giving everything he had right there, and actually just misses that ball. It hits the top of the pad.
Glidewell, 0-2 pitch. Fastball struck him out looking.
Yeah, you see this right here. He just dots this on the outside corner. Great location. Freezes Paulino. He doesn't think it's a strike.
Stutzer, first pitch towards the scoreboard, and it's gone. John Stutzer, big fly. Florida State picks one back in the 8th.
tell you what, he gets a breaking ball right here. Something you don't think he's going to jump all over, but 109 off the bat, 385 feet.
That's Stutzer's 7th home run since April 10th.
You see this right here. Balancing that back hip, drive. Just, I mean, he shows the strength that he has. It seems like every game you're going to see him do something that's elite.
Got to give the credit where it's due. Brett Nevitt with the stat here. It's my guiding light. For Florida State baseball, 1 homer every 11.2 plate appearances for Stutzer since April 10th. How about that? 7 of his 9 home runs of the season have all come in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, again, showing you what we talked about. Being able to play the game all the time and what it can do for him when he's been playing 2 sports forever. Hey, now let's see what he can do when he can play baseball full time.
Yeah, kid's got a shot to be pretty special. And we talked about earlier with Stutzer, once a weekend he does something that makes you go, wow. And Link Jarrett likened it to some of the same feelings he had watching Cam Smith and James Tibbs early in their careers.
Yep.
As Dowd turns on one, Florida State goes back to back.
That ball was jumped all over. Fastball up, and the catcher knew it. You can see Alvarez, as soon as that ball was hit, he just kind of ducked his head in the glove all at the same time.
103, exit velo, 382, as Dowd joins the double-digit home run club, 10th of the year.
And look at this. I mean, look at the catcher. I love the response. You know when you hit that and the catcher gives you that, it's like, oh, man. As that ball bounces off the road into the circus tent.
So some life for Florida State in the 8th. Back-to-back seasons for Braden Dowd with 10 home runs. Last year at USC in the Big Ten, Dowd found his power after hitting just 1 his freshman year with the Trojans. Speaking of, how good have the Trojans been this season? Man, turnaround of that program. As Delamelier watches a first pitch strike. This is important. Noles down 6-3. Delamelier, 14-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 3 in this ball game. Could be his final chance as he's down 0-2 to Glidewell.
And he has just taken 2 fastballs that I promise you he wishes he could have back.
Another fastball fouled back. Dowd, curtain call. Now if you're Glidewell, they're only solo shots. Those would have been backbreakers with runners on base. Now the Noles creeping back in it. This is a big at bat. Alvarez can't hold on. It's a ball.
Yeah, that off-speed backed up on him right there.
Glidewell to the plate. Slow roller. Up the middle. Coming in, off-balance throw. Nice job by Sheehan. 2 down in the inning, and if that's the last at bat, 14-game hit streak comes to an end for Delamelier.
Yeah, just another nice, easy play right there. Sheehan.
First pitch, Carnes pops it up. It's drifting, and it's going to fall in for a foul ball. Sosa lost it pretty early on its flight, and I think Glidewell saw it late, then overran the ball.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, too. Carnes didn't know where to go right here. You see, he sees the first baseman coming. He's like, well, I don't know where to go. And it kind of changed Sosa's path.
Yeah, it did.
And kind of threw him off a little bit.
Now, there was a similar play for Florida State against Clemson in Game 3 where Ben Barrett kind of fumbled his foot against the first base bag, but a runner was rounding the bag at the same time. As a strike there makes it 0-2 to Carnes. That led to a run, as then Barrett threw the ball to Frazier. And that ball got away from Frazier as well. 0-2 on the grounds. Cheyenne, throw, offline, safe. That's been the book on the Canes. And Vance Cheyenne, a big part of that. J.D. Arteaga told us it's not mental errors they're making. It's physical.
Yeah.
It's the throw over to first that has gotten us this season.
Yeah, and you got to tell you what, good job by Carnes, though, hustling down the line here, making this a tough play. But, I mean, yeah, he had a little bit of extra time on that throw. He just kind of rushed it. Ooh, that's close. Pines are not challenging that. That's
you
a close
challenge
play.
that if you're Miami. They're not going to.
Nope.
Big hack from Shmela. Now Glidewell's fastball, 89 to 93. Serious run through the zone though. Good IVB, induced vertical break. Especially carries high in the zone.
Just like that, both pitches 89 and then that one at 90.
22 inches of induced vertical break on that fastball. And Ty McGahee wants to talk it over with Shmela.
Glidewell, I'll tell you this about him too, that looks like so far he likes the fastball. He's not afraid to throw it, like you said. Not going to blow your doors off with the velocity, but that vertical that he has on it gets a lot of swings and misses, especially when he can get it to the top of the zone and a little out of the top of the zone. Wouldn't be surprised to see if he throws that same pitch right here.
Struck him out, fastball outside corner. At the knees. And Glidewell able to finish the eighth. Not before Florida State goes back-to-back.
Yeah, you get the drive from Stutzer. I'll tell you what, we talk about his specialty, but he gets a hold of that one, not to be outdone. Dowd hits a no-doubter to right field to put the Noles a little bit closer at 6-3 going into this last inning.
Back-to-back home runs for Stutzer and Dowd. Inch Florida State closer. Running out of time. Ninth inning as Miami will send Peralta, Ogden, and Galvin. 9-1-2. Miami team trying to set the tone for the weekend. We talk about what Florida State needs to work towards a top 8 national seed. Noles are safe in terms of hosting. They'll be one of the 16 sites selected here at Hauser. Strike 3. How about Meeble, who's really hitting his stride here against Miami in the last 2 innings.
Yeah, it was 3 fastballs in a row right there. Peralta wanted no part of any of them. This one may have been a little off the plate for sure, but Noles will take it.
First pitch, out of the zone to Ogden.
Change up there, that looked pretty good actually.
Case for Miami's pretty interesting. When you look at their resume, 35-15, RPI of 35. A couple of wins in Tallahassee, and that will skyrocket. There's a strike, especially with the way the RPI is weighted for road wins. And Miami could also find their way into a top 4 seed at the ACC tournament. Swing and a miss, 2-2. All of those things are important.
Yeah.
If you're trying to host. And Miami could backdoor their way into one because teams all across college baseball have not been able to solidify their resumes.
Yep.
And maybe it's an outside chance, but you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, but you're saying there's a chance.
And of course, it would start with a big weekend in Tallahassee for Miami. Their strength of schedule is the one that gets them at 55 overall. Count is full. But not bad metrics, 6-6 against quad 1, 9-6 against quad 2. Combine them, you're 15-12. Pretty respectable. Fly ball, hit pretty well. Right field, just shy of the wall. And Lamalier steps in to make the grab. Two down for Meebel.
Number 7, Max Galvin.
Yeah, this ball's hit a little bit better than I thought it was. 97 off the bat, had some carry.
First pitch for Galvin, he fouls it away. But Javi, Miami 15-12 in the ACC. 6 series wins in this conference. This would be a 7th.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
No. And yeah, in any of the Power 4 conferences, you win in like that. Nice play by Frazier.
A hot shot right to the shortstop. And Frazier makes the grab to retire the side. Noles down to their final 3 outs in game 1. Noles looking for some 9th inning magic at Hauser against a historic rival. Seminoles won 2 of 3 last year in Coral Gables. That was another Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Maybe Frazier, Barrett, and McCulley. For Florida State due up in their last opportunity against Glidewell. 1-0 to Frazier, now 2-0. Glidewell's been used in a number of roles for the Canes. One start this year in the midweek against UCF in February, early in the year. Been much better out of the pen.
Yeah, much
for
better.
Miami.
Yeah, you look at the numbers for him in that start. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. Then you look at his conference numbers before going into this game. 1.45 ERA, had 34 strikeouts in 18 2/3 innings.
There's a strike to Frazier. Well, you got to think might be taking at least one more pitch. Noles need base runners. Glidewell. And on the hands, fouled off. Green light there for Frazier. Just misses. Leadoff walk for Florida State in the bottom of the 9th.
You're the Noles right here. You're hoping for another base runner. Get that tying run to the plate.
Ball one high to Barrett. 1 for 3. For Barrett, a single in the 5th. Swing and a miss. Count evens 1-1. Barrett has a single. Frazier trying to go to third. Williams' throw cut off. Knowles will bring the tying run to the plate in the 9th.
I'll tell you what, Ben Barrett has been huge since getting back in the lineup. Starting to get a feel, his second hit of the night right there. Easy, spreading him out there, not a lot of movement, makes that swing easy for him. Frazier with a hustle into third there, putting runners at the corners right now.
First pitch strike to McCulley on the outside corner. Carter is 1 for 3 today, hitting to a double play in the 7th. Miami in double play depth here. Strike 2.
Pretty good off-speed pitch right there from Glidewell. See that location, that's nice. Good pitch.
Oh-2 pitch. Hit out to center field. Ball to the wall and it's caught. Tagging is Frazier. Just a couple of feet shy of a tying 3-run homer from McCulley.
Absolute wonderful swing from McCulley there, just not quite enough. 399 feet, 102 off the bat. Doesn't get much closer than that.
It'll be Eli Putnam pinch hitting. He strokes one, left field. This game is tied. Are you not entertained? Unbelievable scenes at Dick Howser Stadium.
This place just absolutely erupted, and Putnam knew it as soon as he hit it. He spikes the bat on the ground. Absolute no-doubter. Gets a fastball and he hijacks it. Knows it as soon as he hit it. Look at the excitement in his face. They had the bus backed up to leave, but they're going to stay a while.
The curtain call for Eli Putnam. Dramatic scenes in a historic rivalry here in Tallahassee. The unlikeliest of heroes. Eli Putnam, pinch hit, 2-run shot. And now Stutzer, 0-2, pulls it foul. And the Noles have been all over Lyndon Glidewell, who just one batter before, a foot shy of giving up the tying home run to McCulley. Oh-2 pitch misses the outside corner.
And now you're in a situation as the Hurricanes. Glidewell's at 40 pitches. He may be spent for the rest of the weekend.
Another close pitch. Misses outside. Feels like Miami's gotten a couple of those on the outside corner. Now the zone tightening.
Well, I feel like they've gotten
Brian Miller.
Yeah, I feel like they've gotten them down. That one, those pitches are off. They're almost on the chalk line. I mean, they're off the plate.
And the count is 3-2.
Wouldn't have mind to seen Stutzer take that pitch right there and wear it.
Full count offering to the leadoff man. And Stutzer looked uncomfortable there. Strikeout. Good bounce back and much needed from Glidewell for out number 2. Wonder if that was ball 4 that Stutzer swung at anyway. Let's see a replay here. I think it was.
Yeah, but that's too close to taking it. Just it looked more like a defensive swing, like he wasn't looking for the fastball. Now you think right here, yeah, you're gonna get Glidewell get a lefty.
That's it for Glidewell. Rough night. 43 pitches as well. Florida State has come all the way back. 2 runs in the 8th and 3 in the 9th to tie the game against Miami. Canes will go to the pen. College baseball is wonderful because of reasons like this. The struggling Eli Putnam, who had been benched, comes up in a pinch hit opportunity against a rival, and he ties the game with 1 swing of the bat.
And the emotion from him is so raw and so intense. Like you can just tell, like just everything just fell off his back. Like I just did something so special for this team. I mean, he was sitting dead red and he hijacked it. He caught that thing out in front and absolutely destroyed it.
You talk about a kid who needed a moment and felt every second of that. Canes have gone to Jack Durso out of the pen. First pitch, strike in a lefty-lefty matchup against Braden Dowd. Brody DeLamielleure is on deck. This one lifted out. Center field, the park will hold it. Michael Torres in deep center fields ends the inning. We got free baseball, folks. To the 10th. Ed Hauser, 6-6, Noles, Canes. Why would you do anything else? Come back and join us. If you missed it, you missed a lot. Eli Putnam ties the game on a pinch hit. Incredible 2-run homer. Florida State trailed 6-1 at one point in this ball game, and Hauser has ignited. Chavi, I can feel your blood pumping.
I mean,
sitting next to me.
I'm trying not to, like, I'm getting so jacked up. I got goosebumps watching the replay right there. I mean, for someone who's, like you said, has been struggling, and Eli Putnam, to get that call and come through when he needed to, and his team needed him the most, that's got to feel so good for him. I'm so happy for him and this team. So Putnam stays in the game and actually goes to second. McCulley goes over to third. Kinnear now pitching. And you talk about how good John Abraham's been. Chris Kinnear's been pretty dang good himself, too.
He has been, and the whole situation has changed now, Chavi.
Yeah.
You didn't know if you were going to use Kinnear tonight.
Right.
But now he can go in extended relief.
And this is, everyone right now's adrenaline's pumping over there in that Seminole dugout. You got to get Kinnear to come out here and calm that down just a little bit, not overthrow.
Swing and a miss as Derek Williams leads it off from Miami, followed by Alex Sosa, Alonzo Alvarez. This trio has been potent for Miami tonight and really all season. Misses 2-1. Florida State will have Brody DeLamielleure to lead off the bottom of the 10th. 2-1, fouled back by Williams. Couple of hits tonight for Williams. So consistent for Miami this season. Stays alive on the breaking ball. Coming in tonight, Williams top 10 in the ACC in batting average, in slug, second in RBIs, only behind Tage Davis, who's having a monster season at Louisville. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went to the breaking ball. And Williams strikes out for out number 1.
Yeah, much better pitch right here from Kinnear. The first one he hung a little bit. This one's exactly where he wants it and gets the results that he was looking for, too. Great breaking ball, good pitch, good location.
Two for 4, Alex Sosa. Watches the curveball low. Another curveball, that time for a strike.
And this we take a little bit off, 79.
Went to the changeup, and Sosa over the top of it. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's that splitter he throws, that split change.
K-time chance at Hauser.
They went back to it again, that splitting.
Pretty incredible from Chris Kinnear. His last 7 appearances dating back to April 19th. 0.69 ERA in 13 innings, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts.
That whip, .46 whip. Wow.
Has faced 46 batters in that span, and only 6 base runners have reached. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down. On the strikeouts from Chris Kinnear, who is in some form.
And I'll tell you what, too, now he's starting to get more comfortable with this split change, and it is nasty right here. Good depth on it. Man, that's nasty.
First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike to Alvarez. His 3-run homer in the 4th was the big hit of the ball game prior to Putnam's heroics, as he rips this one just foul. And this kid's got a chance to be pretty good. He is down 0-2 in the count. Alonzo Alvarez. Kinnear trying to shut the door in the 10th and get the Noles in the dugout. Slow roller. Right back to the mound. Underhand toss. And Kinnear bobbing and bouncing off the mound. Florida State, a chance to walk it off in extras. It's been a party at Hauser. Florida State came storming back in the 8th and the 9th innings to tie Miami 6-6. This rivalry that has provided so many moments of drama. The walk-off montage video earlier this week released by FSU Baseball.
Yep.
Xavi, of some of which you've been on the field for, there have been some incredible chapters written, especially at Hauser.
And this would be another great chapter to add to it right here. New pitcher here for the Canes, Packy Bradley Cooney.
20th appearance for the transfer from Alabama, who's at his 4th college in his career. Spent some time at Campbell in the Big South. And prior to that, at CCBC Essex Junior College in Rossville, Maryland for a couple of years. And guess who gets another at bat after all? Brody Delamelier. Seminoles have had some success leading off the game so far. 5 of the 9 innings the leadoff runner has reached against Miami for the Noles. A shame for Rob Evans, who pitched a gem. He will be the no decision.
Yeah, that's a tough break for him because 7 strong innings.
Breaking ball inside from Packy Bradley Cooney. Delamelier riding a 14-game hitting streak. Hitters count. Got a pitch up in the zone, and he fouls it back 1-1. A fly out for Delamelier in the 1st, a strikeout in the 4th, and a fly out in the 6th before a ground out in the 8th. 1-1 pitch. This is inside 2-1.
Pretty good looking pitch there. Like you said a couple innings ago, it looks like this zone's tightening up a little bit.
Again, fastball outside corner. Delamelier reaches out and catches a piece backwards. 2-2. Hunter Carnes and Nate Schmela also due up in the Seminole 10th. Fifth shot is going to fall in front of Peralta in left field. And the hit streak continues for Delamelier to 15 games.
Well, here we go. Chase Williams coming in to run.
Good sign. Williams was listed as probable on the ACC injury report, student athlete availability. And Brody, a lot of high fives as the hit streak continues. Now serious speed on the base paths. Williams, who has missed the last couple of weekends. Another comms issue for Miami. But Williams back in there. And he leads Florida State in stolen bases. First pitch. It's going to get away from the catcher. Williams down to second. Alvarez couldn't hold on to it.
That was as good as Alvarez has looked tonight, too. That almost looked like he got crossed up, but they're not talking, so I don't think he did. I'm not sure what happened here on this pitch. He just took his eyes off of it.
Now is this a bunt situation for Carnes?
I don't think so. I think he's swinging.
Outside corner for a strike. Winning run at second. Off the end of the bat. So Carnes not being asked to bunt with Williams at second. I guess the math is Shmela and Frazier behind. Miami would then walk both runners. And it'd be Barrett and McCulley with one final chance.
McCulley's out.
And McCulley's out. It's a good point. So Link Jarrett letting Carnes swing it. And it's 2-2. I know there's a lot of Noles fans at home wondering why wouldn't you bunt Williams to third base representing the winning run. And the Noles must feel that Carnes has a better opportunity to score the run himself.
Right.
Packy Bradley Cooney on the mound. 2-2. Popped him up, but it's fouling out of play. And we'll do it again. Carnes has been on base 3 times tonight. A home run and a walk. Reached on an error. Chase Williams at second base. Noles have the rally caps out. On Jace Estes looking for the dramatic walk-off of their rivals. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Big out for the Canes and Packy Bradley Cooney.
Yeah, big pitch right there by Cooney, Bradley Cooney. Fastball right here, is able to sneak it by Carnes. He'd been real heavy with the breaking ball. They were about 92 by him.
Here's Shmela. Williams dancing off second. Breaking ball outside. Do want to correct myself. Carter McCulley is still in the game. He was at third base as Putnam went to second base as the Noles continue to move the chess pieces around. He is in the 8 hole and available to bat tonight here in this 10th. 1-0 pitch to Shmela. Now 2-0. Chavi, do you pitch Shmela carefully with the base open at first to reset up the double play?
Yeah, absolutely. If he wants to help you, he can help you. And those are 2 good breaking balls by Bradley Cooney. A good job by Shmela laying off.
Williams trying to go to third. He's thrown out on the base paths. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's a base running blunder from Williams in a spot you can't have.
Yeah, hold on. You have to disengage. I think he has to disengage. You cannot throw to an unoccupied bag.
Is that a balk?
It should be, I think, here. This is, I guess they're not going to say so. I didn't realize you could do that. I thought you had to step off. I didn't think you could throw to an unoccupied bag. And I guess if he's going to it, wow.
Regardless.
Yeah. Not
you shake
smart.
You have to shake your head there.
That's not smart.
No. You don't want to be hard on the kid, but that just ran your team out of the inning.
Well,
unless Shmela, I mean, legitimately, why? You're in scoring position. Oh boy. So Miami, huge bailout. But a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs.
Again, if I'm Bradley Cooney, I'm wanting to know where that pitch was.
We're going to step aside. This game turned again. Florida State makes a boneheaded base running decision. And Miami says, thank you very much. We're going to step aside, 6-6 in the bottom of the 10th. Miami goes to Jake Dorn. This inning looks like Miami was in trouble. And now Dorn's going to be in to just try and shut it down to get the Canes to the 11th. Numbers for Dorn on the year, good stuff. 29 Ks in 26 innings, 27th appearance. But like just about everybody on Miami's bullpen, hasn't been consistent. That's been the book on the Canes all year. Defense and bullpen, not up to par. And that's why you got to give them a lot of credit. Their offense has allowed them to really get to 35 victories this year. Rob Evans has been phenomenal.
And he gave them another stellar outing tonight.
He did. He was simply out of this world. I mean, on the road at Florida State.
And this crowd.
And this crowd was incredible.
Yep.
They've had good performances from guys like Lazaro Calera and A.J. Siskar in their starting rotation. So Miami likes their rotation and their offense. As now Frazier at the plate. Two down, runner on first. Now the 1-0. Frazier swinging out of his shoes.
He's definitely swinging for the downs.
Lefty-lefty matchup, 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, throw down to second, tag is applied. Florida State runs themselves out of an inning.
Completely.
And potentially a walk-off. Well, Miami is life.
Yep, and great job here from Alvarez coming up slinging. Makes a perfect throw to really to where he needed it to be because he picked it.
We go to the 11th. We begin the 11th here in Tallahassee. Kinnear back on the mound. For Florida State, Miami will send Dylan Debovic, Vance Shayen, and Brandon Degote. Breaking ball, strike one to Debovic. Now ahead 0-2. Swing and a miss. Shmela will have to throw it down to first and does to Barrett. Another strikeout for Kinnear. That is his third.
Yeah, another great pitch there from him as well. Two in the zone and then goes this one out of the zone. Shmela again doing what he's been doing all night, blocking things up, and then makes a good throw to first.
Shortstop Vance Shayen. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts and a sac bunt. Count evens at a ball and a strike.
Kinnear's got it all going tonight, too. Power breaking ball, split change, the fastball.
One-two, swing and a miss. Got him. The breaking ball is sharp from Chris Kinnear for his 4th K.
You see this defensive swing right here from Shayen. Had no shot.
Now 2-0. Breaking ball for a strike to Brandon Degote.
Kinnear right now is just like automatic with the breaking ball.
Now 2-2. Florida State will have Gabe Frazier, Ben Barrett, and Carter McCulley due up in the bottom of the inning. Full count offering. And on the hands, Barrett gives chase. It's on the netting. On deck for Miami is Fabio Peralta. 9-hole hitter. Went around. Chris Kinnear strikes out the side. Dominant from Chris Kinnear, who has been one of Florida State's best bullpen arms all season.
He sure has, and he's showing it with the breaking ball this inning. Every one of them with that breaker, down and out of the zone, in the zone, and down and out of the zone again. Great job striking out the side. 5 of 6 that he's faced, getting the Noles back in the dugout with an opportunity to try to walk this thing off.
Rally caps are on for the Noles. Bottom of the 11th. Game 1 is at it all. Dramatics, errors from both teams, energy, the unbelievable. Both good and bad that has led us to a 6-6 game in the 11th. Gabe Frazier leads it up. Frazier pops up the bunt. And he's out.
Right idea, just didn't execute. And again, he's typically really good with those bunts.
Ben Barrett steps in. He's down on the count, 0-1. Barrett, a part of the comeback in the 9th, singles in the inning to set up the heroics from Putnam. Now 0-2.
You know what? That changeup looks really good from Dorn coming off that fastball. Same angle, coming out of the same tunnel. That's a good-looking pitch.
The 0-2. Now 1-2. Dorn to the plate. Bounces it in there, and it's 2-2. Couple of hits tonight for Barrett. He's 2 for 4. Carter McCulley is on deck. Chopped, foul. And we'll do the 2-2 again. Two-two pitch up the middle, diving stop, and no throw there for Sheehan. It's a 3-hit night for Barrett. Incredible play by Sheehan just to get to it, and smartly decided to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, and again, like you said, just to even get to it was a great play. Look at how far he is over in the 5-hole, just to be able to get there. I think he had a shot. I just don't feel like he had a grip that he really wanted to make that throw.
J.D. Arteaga's out of the pen. Excuse me, out of the bullpen. Out of the dugout, going to the bullpen. My mind had decided bullpen was happening because he'd made the move.
Yeah, because it is happening.
It's been 11 innings, Shabby.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we've said over 10,000 words each.
you for sure have.
I promise you we've batted 990 or higher.
Right.
I think. That's going to be it for Dorn. Canes are going to go to the matchup. And it's Ryan Bilka. One on for Florida State and one out in the 11th. We'll step aside, be right back. Back here in Tallahassee, Florida State, Miami. And the Canes go back to the mounds. And to the pen for Ryan Bilka. Senior from the state of New York. Numbers on the year, more strikeouts than innings pitched, but a lot of walks. 20 of them in 28 innings. A little after 9:30 p.m. on a school night. Saw the kiddos. Semester's over for Florida State, but the elementary, middle, and high school still going. Almost done here in Tallahassee. Carter McCulley steps in. First pitch strike from Bilka. One hit tonight for McCulley. Count evens at 1-1. Ben Barrett on first base. Prior to Putnam running it out of the yard, McCulley missed tying the game himself by 1 foot on a deep fly out to the wall in center. Now ahead 2-1 in the count. Link Jarrett has talked about his team's toughness and resilience and grit in the face of adversity and losing Miles Bailey for the season. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If the Noles were to come back tonight and walk this off, would this not be Exhibit A in the seminar
100%
of toughness for Florida State?
For this year, 100%.
Yep. Bilka's 2-2. Change up, and McCulley just got a piece.
Yeah, you're seeing more and more splitties being thrown nowadays. It seems like Bilka's got one as well.
Bilka, the transfer from Richmond. 2.18 ERA with the Spiders last season in 62 innings. Lifted to right fields, running back on it, and the catch made on the run by Williams. Eli Putnam coming to the plate. Here's what he did the last time at the dish.
I can tell you what he's not going to get right here first pitch. He will not see a fastball first pitch right here.
Breaking ball indeed. Well, that one backed up.
It did.
On Bilka. He was trying to push Miami into the 12th inning in game 1. 1-0. Low. And it's 2-0. The 9-hole has been a mess on the score sheet and on the scorecard. Cal Fisher started there. Paulino pinch hit. Putnam pinch hit for Paulino. Breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. Bilka's last outing came against Louisville last weekend, where he went 2 innings. 31 pitches. Another hit for Putnam right back up the middle. Corner to corner goes Barrett, and he slides in safe. How about Eli Putnam? That time he found the breaking ball and knew what to do with it.
Yep. Good balance. He looked great there. Got to break him all over the plate. Didn't try to do too much with it. Drove it right back up the middle. Great piece of hitting, good piece of base running too as well.
Out of the Miami dugout is Laz Gutierrez. Third season for Gutierrez as the pitching coach for the Canes. JD Arteaga still has a major hand in that, as that was JD's calling card.
Yep, it sure was.
But Laz has been such an important part of JD's staff over the last couple of years, and has been big for Rob Evans' development. What do you think that conversation was?
With which one? Oh, right there, just be smart right here. I'm assuming they probably got a lefty warming up in the pen.
Stutzer. At the plate, watches ball one, the leadoff man.
Good job by Alvarez there. Pass ball scores a run.
Ben Barrett is at third base, representing the winning run. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Stutzer had a solo home run in the 8th inning to start the Seminole comeback. Another fastball. Fouls it back, 1-2. Miami's got Peralta, Ogden, and Torres due up in the 12th if we get there. Bilka ahead, 1-2. That hits Stutzer. And the bases are loaded. And Braden Dowd has a chance to be the hero as we look at this hit by pitch.
Yeah, that's just a splitty that got away from him right there. Slipped out. Now you're going to get a pitching change. Obviously, probably going with the lefty here.
J.D. Arteaga back out. And a move has been made. That's number 55, Sebastian Santos Olsen, a true freshman. 6'3" lefty. Here in the situational moment against the left-handed hitter, Braden Dowd. As Sebastian Santos Olsen begins his warm-up tosses, the 9th inning had all the dramatics. Carter McCulley thought he had tied the game. Instead, a sac fly brought Frazier home to cut the deficit to 2. Eli Putnam said, "I got you."
And then he does give his spike. It's like a spike in a football. Looked like Grunt spiking the football in the end zone. Might have put a window out on the bus if it didn't. I think it cleared the bus, to be honest with you.
And the only thing in that moment, as a play-by-play guy, you got to look and see if it's fair or foul. And it was close to the line. I just watched Putnam's reaction. And as he slams the bat, he knew it was fair. Florida State fans ignite. And this game is at 6-6. With the bases loaded in the 11th. The game now approaching 4 hours on this Thursday night. We still got 2 more, big dog. Buckle up.
Oh, this one might be 7 more innings. I've seen crazy things happen in this series.
It'll be Braden Dowd at the plate for Florida State when we resume.
And this is one of those situations too, though, I'll tell you, with Dowd is being able as a coach telling him, we do not need a home run from you. All we need is a base hit.
Last outing for Santos Olsen. Threw pretty well against Louisville in 2 1/3 innings last weekend. Big breaking ball there. Off the plate. Representing the winning run is Ben Barrett at third base. Florida State looking for a dramatic come from behind walk-off in the 11th. 1-0. Now 2-0. true freshman on the mound.
In a huge situation with a hostile crowd, and Dowd has seen now his breaking ball and his fastball. He looked very comfortable.
Hauser is on its feet. Now 3-0.
And you see Dowd, Dowd feeling it. Look at him with the head bob. I mean, he knows what's going on here. Definitely not giving him the green light right here.
Sebastian Santos Olsen having an issue with his pitch counts. Winning run at third base for Florida State. A walk would end the game. In the bottom of the 11th. Big play, and it's thrown away. Barrett stayed at third base. I don't think Ben really saw it.
No, and it's a smart, with the 3-0 count right now in that situation, and if he didn't get to read right out the rip, yeah, Barrett was going back to third base. I mean, had Barrett maybe stayed put, maybe fine. That's a smart play. Smart play.
3-0 count. Florida State looking for a walk-off winner. To the plate. And it's ball full. Dowd walks. Barrett scores. Florida State all the way back to win it in 11. What an evening at Dick Howser Stadium. The Canes led 6-1 heading into the 8th. And the Seminoles pumped 3 home runs. The biggest, an Eli Putnam 2-run pinch hit bomb. And then they win it in extras.
I'm not sure we got some chaos going on out here right now.
Here's the rivalry.
I'm not really sure why Torres is so fired up. And whether, I mean, I'm not sure what's going on here. I didn't think that the Noles did anything.
Both teams being separated and heading back to their dugouts. Emotions, as you would imagine, flying high in a rivalry like this. Florida State walks it off 7-6. Quite literally walks it off. You can see what it means to the players and the fans. We're going to have a player of the game joining Emily down on the fields. Let's step aside. We'll be right back in Tallahassee and go down to the field. Noles beat the Canes 7-6 in 11 innings. Well, we're being told, due to security reasons, we will not have a post-game interview. So we'll try again tomorrow. Chavi, final thoughts on this one. Doesn't take away from the dramatics. Florida State shows some toughness.
I thought it was great, man. This is an FSU-Miami game. This is what these games are supposed to be like. 7-6 extra innings. I mean, you may come back tomorrow and it be another one just like it. So, I mean, if you're a baseball fan, everything else, you got to love it.
What a game tonight. Miami, Florida State had it all. Good pitching, the long ball, and drama. For our entire crew, for Emily Peters, Chris Chavez, I'm Mario Masudi. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., right back here at Hauser. Have a great Thursday night.